know when we'll need to.
Hi, everybody. This is Wendy from Languages of Lights, and I wanted to welcome you all to our impromptu live equinox hangout. Today, I was guided to do a galactic gathering of lights to celebrate us, to celebrate the equinox, and to, I don't know, just get together, do some light languages, do some oracle card pulls, and help us all feel a little bit of sense of direction with all this craziness that's been going on. And so it's just something I was guided to do, to get together. And so I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I'm excited that I am getting to hang out with some people I haven't gotten to hang out with at all. Some that I've only met once or twice, and some that I've been friends with for a very long time. So it's a really beautiful night, and I just wanted to keep it kind of easy and casual. So I just wanted to say hello to everyone. So I wasn't sure. Yes, and I'm actually. I think I didn't really have necessarily a plan other than. You know, it was kind of whoever wants to have a card drawn for them. We're all looking for direction. I thought we could just do some light language blessings. There's a lot of turmoil, a lot of sadness going on in the world. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of pain and suffering going on. My own family, I've not heard from in Puerto Rico. I feel in my heart that they're okay, but yet there's that underlying current of uncertainty, and we can't help but see, those of us who are seeing any of this on the internet or on the news, just the devastation, island after island and country after country. And I think we're all just feeling really disconcerted. I think we're feeling this need for just calm, balance, support, global support. And then on top of it, you've got all this other stuff going on. We've got the equinoxes. You know, we've got the equinoxes going on. We've got the eclipses going on. We've got the equinox today. We've got this energy in the air of years worth of stories. We've got devastation, and on top of all this, there's so many of us who are waking up. Where we're waking up and speaking galactic light languages. We're waking up just changed, and we're not even sure why. Many of us are waking up, starting drawing and writing galactic language symbols, and I drew one this morning that I wanted to share with you guys really quick, and it just, there was a simplicity about it and a connection about it, and there's a story behind it, and somehow this is connected to a video I did this morning as I was watching the sun rise, and I literally was up early enough today to see the sun actually rising, and I watched it in its entirety, and I did a video while I was watching it, and the symbol had come to me, and that's when the idea had come to me, that to just, you know, to do things in a new way, to be vulnerable. And like tonight, we actually had, you know, it wasn't planned, and so it was an announced event. So, but we spent like an hour just messing around with technology and trying to get people in, and there was others that were having other issues going on. So, but yet here we are, and we're gathered here in this gathering of lights. That's why I like to call it a gathering of lights, because each of us is an expression of a language of light. and each of us uses permission slips and tools that are also source speaking to us, a language of light, whether it's the sun, the moon, nature, the stars, oracle cards, light languages, symbols, crystals, essences, whether it be things to cleanse our area, burning sage, Palo Santo. All of these rituals are permission slips. And yet, if we truly understand the multidimensionality, we understand that absolutely everything is talking to everything. Everything is the languages of light. Therefore, everything is sending us a message personally and collectively through everything, and especially through our permission slips. And I had to share this white feather that I found the other day. And Amazing Grace, she and I share a lot of synchronicities with this kind of thing, as many of us do. Every one of us here today that have gathered here today share a synchronicity, a serendipity with each other, as well as collectively, where it's no mistake we're here together. And I was walking the other day. I was actually sitting down at the lake and just being in gratitude, blessing the water. And actually, my husband said, "Hey, is that a white feather?" He says, "Look at that feather." He says, "That is like the most beautiful white feather I've ever seen." And I had just been just feeling this sense of gratitude. And I was watching across the bay this white egret, and it was walking back and forth, and because the lake's really low right now, and it was walking back and forth, and I was just feeling this sense of connection to this bird, and feeling this camaraderie of me and being there at the water and the earth and the sun, and this gratitude, and of course thinking about all of you, as I always do when I'm in this place of gratitude, in this heart space and this heart center. I always think of all of you. I think of all of this, and those are also permission slips. Being in nature and seeing the sun and the moon and the stars, and feeling the earth, feeling the earth beneath your feet, and so all of this gives us permission to remind us that we're alive in this 3D world, but now we're experiencing this three-dimensional world in a multi-dimensional way now. And we're not even really sure how to grasp any of this. Not really, because it's never been done before. So all of it's really kind of confusing and but joyful and exhilarating and ecstatic and blissful. But yet then we have this collective, energy around us that. And yet we're told you create your own reality. You move to the earth you prefer, and yet we look around and see this destruction around us, and we think, well, then why would I create a world like this? And I think the only thing I can say to that is because we chose to be here to show us that this is the world we're here to change. That we're here for almost like this final, I feel this, not this finality, but this finality in this is the end of the way that of a life that we've known before, that now we're moving into this telepathic connection. And I can say for certainty that every single person in this room I have telepathic connections with all the time, whether I tell you about it or not. And many of us are chatting during the day and corresponding and communicating, and we even though we're still, it's almost like it's happening all the time, but yet we're still so excited about all the times it keeps happening, and we're, oh my God, no way, oh my God, I can't believe this. And so when we get these surges and urges and energies building up in us, or this intuition, these ideas of to do this or share this or send this person a message or just start an impromptu hangout, it's our higher selves sending us. These are permission slips. It's our higher self and source connecting with us and contacting us to show us what we need and who we need to be interacting with. And I think that we can all agree that whether you've been doing this a day or a year or many, many years, I think we can agree that we begin to be so discerning with our frequency and our beingness that it's like it's the most, your frequency becomes the most important thing to you. And you begin to realize that everything around you is, yes, a reflection of the collective, but it's also a reflection of a world that we wish to change. And so I was just feeling this pull, and we had a great hangout last night, and Will, thank you, he's here tonight, and you know, several of you were there last night too for you know, these get-togethers, and so I just wanted to welcome you all. So I wanted to say thank you all. For anybody who's out there watching, I'm not really watching my YouTube feed right now, so but I wanted to say hello to everyone here. And so many of you I've only met recently, and some of you I've known for a very long time, and yet this is the first time that this particular alchemy of energy has been brought together. And so I would like to say hello to everyone. If there's and if you'd like to, I'd like, you know, if you want, say hi, introduce yourself, maybe say how you met me or know me, or whatever you want. But I just wanted to celebrate us. And this whole idea of celebrity and celebration came to me too, about how we are so easy to celebrate a celebrity, that we can put another individual, person, entity, channelee, channeler on a pedestal. And we say, I am not you. I wish I was you. I can't. The list goes on. We compare. And we see that I am seeing this in our own reflection of our celebrities, where all of a sudden I'm seeing this reflection of celebrities who've done the rich and famous. They've lived in the fishbowl. They've done it all. And at the end of the day, it's as if they've given all away their money. They don't care about the fame and the fortune. They said that's not what's important. I mean, these people are, I mean, Emmy winners, you know, Grammy winners, you know, you name it. And it's, at the end of the day, they're saying, but it was still just a me, you know, that I was playing. And we're discovering who we are. And I truly believe that with this shift and with this equinox, this harvest, this new moon, it's harvesting what we've planted, yet beginning this new earth, this new way of understanding. So amazing, Grace. I'm so happy that you're here today. If you want to go on camera, you can. Anybody who wants to, you don't have to, but if you want to say hi, you can. I just wanted to welcome you, my dear. And
hello, beautiful people.
It's so sunny there where she still is, in lovely Sedona, if you don't mind me saying. And
I'm in Oregon.
Or, I'm sorry, I said, I meant, I had Sedona in my head for some reason. That is so weird.
This light's kind of weird.
And she and I have been chatting for a while, and kind of met through my light language channel. As I think I've met.
You inspired me to grab for more than I ever had before.
And so thank you. I'm so happy that you were able to be here. She tried so hard and she got here. So
Well, thank you for being the one shining the light, gorgeous. I love you.
and as you are too, look at this beautiful violet light around you. So I'm loving that it's still sunny where you are, because it's already well dark here. So
Here, I'll show you. There's my night sky. I'll share it with you all.
beautiful. And Alicia sent me a picture earlier of the new moon, and it was just a little sliver moon just rising up, and it was like the new moon on the equinox. It was so awesome.
Beautiful.
And is there any, okay, first of all, okay, maybe I'll do it this way. Okay. I have, and I will say that Grace also, and I'll just call her Grace because she goes by Amazing Grace, but I'll just call her Amazing Grace. So, okay.
Yeah.
So what I did was, I have, and Grace does cards too. She does energy, healing work. Everyone in this room is a healer. Everyone in this room speaks light languages. Everyone in this room is a language of light, is a healer and a vessel and a conveyor of source, as we all are. But I know that these gatherings we are all, and I've said this many times, I've been getting this pull so ferociously about the teachers of the teachers. And Grace and I talk about this a lot, and
Yeah,
how we really are gathering the teachers of the teachers. And so I truly believe that we really are on an astral level. We gather, and then we reconvene in this three-dimensional reality. So I wanted to invite you to choose, and I know she has a Native Spirit deck as well. So Native Spirit by Denise Lynn, Gateway by Denise Lynn, or the Earth Magic Oracle by Stephen Farmer.
the second one.
Okay, we're going to do
Please.
Gateway then. Okay, so I was also guided to just do kind of a random card pull for anybody who is looking for maybe a little direction in their life. We've been talking recently, Michelle and I were talking.
A lot of direction.
Yes, and you guys just, pipe in if you want. I mean, sometimes you got to stop me from talking, but, we've been talking about this needing. I think we all really feel this massive need for direction, because we're hearing, oh my God, 5D Earth, oh my God, New Earth, oh, this prophecy, that prophecy, and now I'm speaking light languages, or I'm listening to this channel, or I'm hearing telepathic messages, or I'm hearing messages from my guides, and I don't understand what I'm hearing, or what are these star families, or what, and I think we're all just like, okay, we as a human being we haven't even figured out really how to be humans, and now we're adding in all of this galactic stuff and DNA and activations and light codes and sun codes, and and these solar flares and galactic energy, and this weekend I'm being reminded that Bashar is doing an event with Absalon, Epiphany, and Eclipse, the Shikani oversoul energy. So I am like on fire with this. I am with this collective energy. So with this unity, consciousness, energy. So what message does Grace need tonight to help her through her gateway? Taking action. Taking action. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities.
Indeed.
And I love that. Look at that flying leap.
It's time.
Boundless, boundless possibilities. Taking action. And it's funny because I'm seeing, okay, the tree and the mountain and the sun and leaping over the water.
It's beautiful.
And you know, we talk a lot, and I know that you are so much more ready, as we all are, than you give yourself credit for. And another one who you are so much more clearer than you think you are, and stronger than you think you are, and brighter than you think you are, and less confused than you think you are.
That is true. I let 3D stressors get the better of me a lot of the times, which is a huge issue of sending positive to all that and not getting dragged down under it. So it's holding my foot back on the leap of faith.
Well, there you go. See, and there you go, holding your foot back on the leap of faith. So that's what this is about tonight, is about sharing these experiences, and each of these messages is not just for you. It's for absolutely everyone listening, everyone who resonates with that need, that who's being told here that you're ready to leap for action. So April, I don't know if you want to talk or say hi or leap in. Would you like to pick one of the cards from the deck? If you want, you can type it in if you don't want to talk.
Wendy, I really appreciate you with that. I really needed to hear that tonight. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, I think April's taking a siesta. Okay, Breeze. Breezy's had a great day. Are you there?
I am right here.
So, talk about telepathy. So today.
Oh my God, Wendy.
Okay, so I'm up at the crack of dawn. I'm up at the crack of dawn this morning, and so is Bree, because she's got, you know, this stuff going on in her life. So
Exciting.
Great day with new enterprises and new jobs and new experiences. And so today she's telling me she's at this stop and she's doing this thing for her work thing, and I'm like, you know, I keep thinking here, like, maybe you should be asking somebody for, maybe you should ask her for a job. Or I just kept hearing in my head something about a new job or something. So then we jump into the hangout tonight, and what does she say? I got a job offer tonight.
As right before I was leaving work, a customer offered me a job. And here, yeah, Wendy's like, job offer, ask for a job, something about a job. And like, it didn't really, I was like, oh, you know, I'll look into it for the place I was at. But no, it was for later on in the night when, you know, it just we happened to just hit it off. And yeah, that's one of many occasions today that there's been telepathic connections. And might I add that today, at least for me, I was flying high. The whole day was so high vibe. I was just like buzzing. I was just like rearing to go. Like I was running around, literally running around for these different jobs I'm doing. And I was just feeling everybody I talked to, I just had like such excitement and enthusiasm and passion. And like, I mean, so their eyes sometimes would get big, like, whoa, like you are pumped up, you know, but I just couldn't hold myself back. I just felt so amazing today. And it's funny because for some reason I thought that tomorrow was the equinox. I don't know, I got confused. So I just looked it up, and
sometimes it is on the 23rd, though. I mean, sometimes, because actually, if you look up that's funny, because I looked up the definition of equinox, and it actually references the fact that often it does fall on the 23rd. So it actually falls into that whole prophetic thing. But
well, and I mean, yeah, not only is time an illusion, but the other side of the world, and
this alignment, like we were talking about with the alignment last night too. This alignment is what did they say today? Wait. Sun, the moon, Mars, Venus, and wait, wasn't there one more? Mercury.
Mercury.
All in the sign of Virgo. And
Yeah.
Virgo is about organization, getting your crap together, about discipline, about physical exercise, about getting our act together, about direction. It's about finding direction.
Yeah.
And so
And I've been
awesome
feeling
is
it.
that.
It's been so intense, like the changes that have happened in my life recently and the things that I've just been subconsciously or unconsciously doing, not knowing, not having researched into all the alignment stuff, finding out about that after. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that makes perfect sense. You know, I think that's what's happening to a lot of people right now. So, oh, and Will is saying Moon, Jupiter, Sun, all in Virgo, and Mars, Venus, Mercury
Leo. Okay.
in Leo. That's interesting.
I wonder if okay, because I heard today that maybe are they all moving that way? Anyways, there was another astrologer I heard today actually said that they were all in Virgo. Anyway, well, with that said, then, how about what deck would you like to choose, if you so would like to choose?
You know what deck I want. You know what deck I want.
I know what she wants. Okay, wait. You want Native Spirit? Or do you want? Okay. Barbara!
Hi, Barbara.
Oh my God! Yes, she got in.
Don't ask me how I did it, but I did it.
I'm telling you, this is
Thank you for sending me the
same
link.
thing. Same thing with Grace. She was like, I don't know how I did it, but I got in. Oh my God, I'm so glad.
I just closed out everything.
I gotta tell you
went
guys.
to
Okay,
lay
so
down, and then I said, no, let me get back up.
I'm so glad. That's so hilarious. Well, Barbara, so I'm so happy you got it. Barbara also has a YouTube channel. So does Infinite Possibilities. So I'm loving this group, and I hope we do. I want to gather to more and do more of these, because these are some of the most amazing people that I've been wanting to gather together, because we're all just doing such awesome things. And Barbara, I found her the other day on YouTube. And, because I'm always looking, you know how it is when you're doing light languages and you're looking at light language videos or anything, astrology, it doesn't matter what it is. And then it gives you your little recommendeds. And so I'm looking, I said, well, who is this? This lady does light languages. And so I click on it, and she had you were doing the cutest little thing. You had your grandson on that.
My grandson.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I love her. So I was like, so I sent her a message right away, and I'm like, oh my God, I speak light languages too, and we got to get together. And so that's part of what this equinox for me is all about too, about look at this perseverance. Oh my, and even Alicia's like, well, I don't know, I'm way up in the sticks and I only got 2 bars and I don't think I'm going to be able to get in. And
Who's Alicia? Where's Alicia?
Alicia, I'm sorry, it's Temple Beautiful.
I'm
Temple
here.
Beautiful.
Wait, here,
Yeah,
you
so
want to
Temple,
Oh,
so
okay.
she's telling me the same thing tonight. She's like, well, I don't know if I'll be able to get in.
Okay.
There. Oh, hang on.
So anyway, I just think it's funny that everyone was.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
So all this,
I'm
all this
in the
perseverance,
cabin up in the sticks in the North Woods. So you just never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, so actual sticks.
Yeah.
We're talking real sticks
In
here.
the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
That is
Bree,
beautiful.
you would probably
there.
know where it is. It's like in the Tomahawk Rhinelander.
Oh,
area.
yes.
Yeah, my parents have a cabin up here, so we thought we'd.
I have a
Nice.
friend
All the
actually.
crazy
We'll have to
stuff
talk
happens.
later, because I've got some friends who actually have had family place up in Rhinelander for many, many years. You might even know them. So yeah, we'll talk later. But
Cool.
I wanted to
and
mention.
just so everybody out there knows, and again, hi Barbara. Now Barbara I just met. So she and I haven't known each other too long. So I'm so excited. Let me see her little face there. There she is. Hi, honey. So yeah, I'm so excited because I've been getting this push, as many of you know who do watch my channel, that so I'm getting this this gathering of wanting to gather people who do this, to who speak light languages, and who because so many people are doing this and they're like, I don't know what's happening to me. But so anyway, I just wanted to say hi and introduce you. I'm so happy you got in. So but I wanted to let me go back to Bree, and then I'm going to hop over to David, because I know that he and Michelle too want to get in before they go nighty night. So
Yeah, and I'll just mention quickly, April was trying to get the microphone working, so she is pending. So April, if
thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
April,
you
if you
so
get,
much.
oh look, April's
she
here,
got it.
please.
I think I got it working. Is it working?
Yay, she got it. See, look at this, you guys. Oh my
Finally.
God.
Yay! Let's go to April
Success.
first.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, we'll go. Okay, that's good. We'll go in line then. Okay, April. Okay, April. So I got natives. I'm gonna put me. I don't know why I'm not switching. Am I switching back? Okay, I got native
I'm
spirit.
going to say the native spirit since that's the only deck of yours that I don't have.
Oh, okay, then there you go. That's perfect. And this is another one. So this, I wanted to introduce April. April and I also met through my channel, and she is also a healer. She's also an oracle goddess.
Yes.
She has amazing energy, and she and I had the best time together.
That's going down in the books for me. That was an incredible experience.
Yay!
It really was.
So,
I did not realize we were, that was like hours. I did not anticipate that at all.
And of course neither of us did, but you know, that's how those things go. And it was just an incredible experience, and it was one of those things where my intuition guided me, and I said I have to be with this person. And so it was an incredible experience, and I have to thank you for all of the messages you've been sending me since then, because this woman's on fire. I mean, she's got her YouTube channel going, and you're going to see her on my channel, and we're going to be getting her channel going, and Temple Beautiful's channel going, and I'm going to have Liliana of Infinite Possibilities on my channel. So it's like everybody here is like, and Barbara, I mean, totally. This is what I'm talking about. This is a gathering of lights. And that's what I wanted this to be about. So, woo, I'm just like so excited. So,
yes,
okay.
Community, the collective.
I love it. So, okay, spirits and source and the guides of April. What messages do we need for this lovely light being for a little direction for her today? Ooh, Vision Quest.
That seems so appropriate.
So,
that resonates on the soul level.
and if you guys want me to, if you want, just say so, and I'll read the meaning from the book. I have no problem doing that. But what I'm seeing here for you is very much in line with what we've already talked about. And what I'm hearing for you now too is, now I'm seeing a couple of things here. I'm seeing the strength of the mountains. I'm seeing the sun rising over the horizon. And I'm seeing this need now that you've got this really strong energy of this go, go, go that you and I have been experiencing and we talked about, and you really have been on this vision quest. And you really did take that leap of faith. You did. You took that flying leap from that card earlier. And now they're telling me to tell you, take a little bit of time for a vision quest. Take a little bit of time to just go silent and go quiet for a little while, because you need some quiet strength here. And they're telling me that you're gonna need a little bit, that you're needing a little tiny bit of solitude.
That resonates so much. You don't understand. I did 3 personal readings for myself today with 3 personal decks, and I actually got those cards in all 3 readings to take some solitude and to be alone, stillness, the island. Yes, I got that message all day. So that's just more
Well,
synchronicity.
thank you for that validation.
Yes, that's so on point. Yes,
Because they're
I
showing,
have
I
to
mean,
do
because
that.
you got it all going on. I mean, you are on fire, and I see that. I mean, it's that fire's coming over the crest, and I feel it. But they're like showing me that you kind of need a little bit, just a tiny bit of quiet time before you let that light, like before, you know what I mean? Before you light the fire, but you're ready to go. Because we talked about that you're ready to light that fire, and you did it. Now just take a breath and give yourself a little moment to find a little direction. They're telling me to tell you your direction is going to be found in your little quiet time.
Okay, I do. I'm going to heed that message. I'm going to apply it.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is so awesome, and I just love that. I love how you guys are, letting me know too how it it synchronizes and it's so serendipitous, because that's how my description today for this hangout was about synchronicity and serendipity. So it was about all of this. So it's so interesting how everybody who was having technical difficulties was able to get in. So I am going to, Michelle asked if we could skip over so that they could get a card read for her and David. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to do that for you guys.
Thank you, Wendy.
You are welcome, my friend. So, David, my dear.
Yes, Wendy.
I know that he is another, I know this just from our conversation earlier, that he's really into videography, and I have had a camera in my hand since I was just about 9 years old, and there's a definite, a huge, I feel this huge creative energy around you, even before she even said that. I actually sort of felt like, I look at you and I see this like film producer kind of aura about you. So it's kind of interesting that you actually look like the part. We have Gateway. I was gonna say, do you have a preference? We have Gateway.
No, I know none of these cards.
And yeah, you can just go by your instincts. Earth Magic or the Native Spirit.
Let's do the Gateway, the first one.
All right, sounds good. So we call today, well, I stop myself sometimes lately when I say I call upon or I call today, because they have been subtly reminding me that I don't need to call upon anything or anyone because they're already here. So basically what they said to me this morning was, just say hi and thanks for being here. So I'm going to say hi, David's guides.
Hi.
And I'm all of a sudden I'm hearing, now this is where I have to go with my instincts, because all of a sudden I'm hearing, I heard Pleiadian and Arcturian, and now this is the, I haven't been really getting into Galactic yet tonight, but all of a sudden that's what I heard. So for what it's worth, I don't know. So all of a sudden I heard Pleiadian and Arcturian. So perhaps you've got some Pleiadian and Arcturian guides with you this evening. And Michelle has a lot of Arcturian energy. So it could be too that there's this overlap of energy there. But no, it was distinct. It was distinctly for you. So what gateway oracle message do we have for David this evening that will help perhaps answer any questions that he may have, perhaps looking for any direction, or just perhaps I feel a general, I don't know, I feel some sort of like a general inquiry. I'm not really sure what that actually means. Oh, well, this is interesting. Reviewing your life.
Oh God, already?
Reviewing your life. It says, radiant vitality is filling my life. And what it's showing me is, well, what it's showing us here is pushing over a box of clutter.
Oh,
Now,
good. Mhm.
now this is interesting because now I'm getting languages. Me sotoshi mi ai kiasa to sibi kilandi asa no yeba ila no kiasa to yanta yansu pa eshna yeso soshia. So I'm not feeling that you're necessarily, I don't know if it's necessarily clutter. I don't know if it's necessarily physical clutter. I think it feels just more like are you looking maybe just more like I'm feeling more like there's maybe a little bit of mind clutter that you're looking for something or looking for an answer, and there's something in the way that's creating a little bit of static. I'm hearing static. They're telling me that the clutter is more like static. Okay. Okay, so what they're saying is there's Pleiadian and Arcturian guides that you're interacting with in the astral, and they're assisting you in some enterprises that you're working on. And I'm not sure, and actually just read, I've never met David before, so but they're assisting you with something. Maybe I don't know if you're working on something or if you have a project, but they're assisting you with something, and there's a message or information, and they're showing me that there's just a little bit of static, that it's not, that the information isn't quite coming through.
We got so many projects.
Do you? That's interesting. And maybe by you saying that to me, that's what I was waiting to hear, was I have so many projects. This is also a message for me. I have a lot of projects, and I have a lot of stuff going on in my 3D life. So this is huge for me too, because I've also been going through this renewing your life. And this is and I said reviewing, and I said it wrong. It's renewing. So that actually clarifies something for me right now. They needed me to clarify that, because renewing your life that's what they're showing me, is there's this message about renewal, about something, some message that's not coming through, that they're static, about renewing in your life, and that there is radiant vitality that is filling you. So I keep hearing a project, that there's just some information that they're trying to show you about a specific project that will help you in this renewal process for you. And I'm trying to ask them what it is that will help clear the clutter. Well, basically they're saying kind of the similar as others is, many of us are in need of a quiet time, a break, a vision quest of our own, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean days or weeks, or I mean, it can be an hour, it can be a short meditation, but it needs to be intentional, it needs to be focused, it needs to be clarified. Basically, what I guess they're saying to me, in a moment of silence, and this kind of goes for all of us too. In a moment of silence, what is it that's cluttering? What is it that's creating this static that is keeping us from this renewal? And that it's there, this vitality, it's filling up my life. But there's a message there that they're trying to send you.
Nice.
Are you Are you in contact with any of your guides at all?
No, I talk to them all the time, but I don't hear back.
And okay, well then that actually perfectly goes with what I was hearing, that you saying that you're not hearing back is there.
I feel back.
Well, but feeling, okay, oh my God, I'm loving this. Okay. This is part of the thing that many of us who become aware of our telepathy, and many of us who start hearing light languages and channeling information, we often mistake you judge the information. We are supposed to get it as a feeling. It's not really supposed to be words. And I think what they're saying is that the feeling is the message, and that if you can move into the feeling, you will actually hear what you need to hear. But the feeling is the message, because what we collectively need to do is we need to move into that feeling place. We're too much into the thinking, the how, the what, the when, the why. How am I going to do this? When is this going to happen? Why isn't this happening? Why is this happening? And we get so wrapped up into that we think that what we're feeling isn't the message. And but what they're saying to me is it's the beginning of the message. Go with the feeling, stay with that feeling, and then when you are actually communing with that feeling, there is going to be something substantial, something, they're telling me concrete, something more, that's going to feel more real to you. That's going to feel more like a 3D answer, like an answer that, but you can't hear it. The static won't clear away until we, and this isn't just for you, until we clear away the expectation of the wrapping of the message, the gift, And I have used that analogy before because you're not the only one. So if that helps, and you're free to,
Yes.
Elaborate or ask questions or.
Well, I've had, I'm doing an energy clearing right now. I've been on a device called a beamer, which is a electromagnetic bioenergy regulator, and it sends energy through your body. And it's made a great difference in my clarity of mind, because I was in the hospital a few months ago, and it took a lot out of me. But that has been that has granted, and it's not only the clarity, it's the feeling that I have. My emotional body is being improved as I do it, and I find that because through my music. In fact, I've been told to sing you a song.
All right, and that's something that I wanted to invite everybody to. Just be spontaneous, and that helps clean out the emotional clutter.
Okay, Michelle didn't tell me. Of the Father's love begotten, ere the world began to be. He is Alpha and Omega, He the source, the ending, He. Of all things that are, that have been, and that future years shall see, evermore and evermore.
That was lovely. Oh, thank you. Okay, everybody, unmute.
That was
Oh,
awesome.
that was so good. Talk about clearing the clutter. Thank you. Oh my God.
That's what I do. That's what I've done all my life.
Well,
That was
there
a
you
treat.
go.
That
And
was
this
a
is
real
what I
treat.
wanted. This is another thing I wanted to just say to everybody too is, you know, I want everybody to know who everybody is. So, you know, put your links out and tell me who you are, and, you know, or yell out who you are. You got a website, you know, just tell us now. You know, what do you do and where can we find you?
Yeah. Well, all the shows I produce are on winlifetv.com. I do spiritual shows, holistic shows, energy shows, music events, live events. It's all live to the internet.
Excellent. Oh, that's great. Well, I will definitely be checking it out. So thank you. And
Can you spell that?
WinLife, WINLIFE.
Okay, thank you.
yay! Oh, that's excellent.
It's on
And,
Facebook too. You can,
oh, and Facebook. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, great. Say now that was
Which
a
is Tesla coils.
see, this is what I'm
Look it
talking
up.
about. This is the kind of people we are generating energy with. So what a beautiful combination of videography and music and healing and energy work, and talk about alchemy. Oh my God, I love it. So much gratitude. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Michelle, for inviting him.
Thank you
So
for
happy. I'm so happy. Okay, honey bunny, what card deck do you want? Gateway, Native Spirit, or Earth Magic?
I'm gonna say in the light language because I don't know.
Isatoshi ni ela kisono sose ashina ikwa. Sotosi bikila sotosi meshinasi. So you guys got it. I love Michelle, and you got to know her sense of humor, because her little self just said to me, oh no, I can't say that on the air. Oh no, I can't say that on the air. I really can't. She's such a potty mouth.
It's true, but you could use, filler words, fluffier words.
She says, I don't know what effing deck to pull from, but you just already know the things I already need. So why don't you just pick one for me? And you know what? I need to walk through the effing gate already. So to get the hell out of this house. So just pull a card already.
That sounds exactly accurate.
Okay. Oh, well, now here you go. Now see, I'm sorry. I just
Oh my God.
Sharing.
That's so awesome.
Sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. And look at this beautiful picture. Look at her riding on that beautiful zebra. So, and those beautiful, gorgeous, I love the color. It's like a purple, kind of indigo blue, flying over the fields. This girl so wants to be free, and I know she so wants to be free. I know Michelle's been having she's been having such a big struggle. And she really is an incredibly generous being.
With a potty mouth.
With a potty mouth. But I think the message that I really am getting for you too is that, and she's in it looks like she looks like she's in a little ballerina dress. Yeah. So it's interesting that we had this beautiful music ballad come right before this, and she's in this ballerina dress, and she just wants to dance, and she wants to fly, but she wants to fly on the balance of the black and white. She really wants that balance of black and white. She wants to feel stable and centered yet free. And I know you well enough to know that's what you're feeling, that you really want to feel centered and you want to feel free at the same time, and yet you want balance. You know, you want that balance, and you are an incredibly generous being. And I'm going to harp on you once again about generosity. As part of generosity and gratitude is about being grateful for your gifts and abilities, and you are not being generous with your gifts and abilities, and you know that you're not. And you know, we had that conversation last night, and you could give me the eye roll.
I'm giving you the, I know what you're, I already know. Share your gifts, Michelle. Post your, okay.
Yeah, so this couldn't have been a more appropriate card for you, because really what they're telling me is the sharing of yourself and the incredible generousness that you are is what's going to get you out of your hellhole, honey. So be generous with yourself and your gifts and your abilities and your light. And I know Michelle is also a Reiki master. So, you know, she's a healer as well. As I said before, this is a gathering of teachers of teachers. And so this is about all of us being pushed toward putting ourselves out there in ways we never have before, but doing it in a way of, I too have been feeling that this for years, this push. I want to do this, I want to do that. And anybody who's ever talked to me knows that. I want to, you know, do this and these readings and languages and events and cards, and I want to do it all, and healings and sessions, and we can, but we have to sit and have that quiet time, that balance, that and to do it with this fervency, but now to do it with this sense of centeredness, a more quietness about us, but yet but allowing us to be more bold in our quietness. And so I've been wearing black and white a lot lately since the eclipses, and so I've also been feeling this very inner need for that balance and clarity, and wanting to just explode and do all these things, but feeling like I've got all these three-dimensional heavy, like I got my feet in quicksand, you know, that like I'm not getting anywhere. I'm moving, but I'm not getting anywhere, you know, and so there was out from the outside looking in saying, oh, but you have so much energy and you do this and you do that. And but to me, it's never enough. It's never enough, because there's so much more. There's so much more to do and be and explore. And that's a huge message for all of us right now with this new earth and the awakening and channeling and all of this. That's what ascension is it's figuring out who you are, what excites you, and then bringing that out to the world in the most exciting way you possibly can. So be more generous with your gifts. Be more generous with your time too. And I'm hearing too that, and I know how hard it is sometimes for even me and you to get together, just in our schedules, our day-to-day schedules. And so this is a message for both of us, and this is something that I've also been, why I'm doing this hangout, because I too have made a focused intention that I'm going to go with my instincts, and I'm going to, instead of second guessing it, instead of, oh, I got to plan it, I got to do this and everything, you know, I so many times lately I've heard this saying, if you wait for conditions to be perfect to act, you will never act. And this is exactly what I'm hearing for you, is I feel, I'm just hearing this, so it's not really me, but I'm just feeling like they're saying you're waiting for conditions to be perfect for you to move, but what they're saying to you is you've got to move first in order for the conditions to become perfect for you.
Okay.
That's kind of the gist of it. That, and by sharing being more generous with your time and your abilities, this is going to somehow catapult you there to that point.
Okay. What is it? What was the name of that on the top of the card again?
Oh,
What did it say?
it was oh crap. So, oh, where to put it?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll watch it.
Okay, what was it, you guys?
I don't know, but
It
I'll
was
post
sharing of yourself.
sharing of yourself. Okay.
Sharing of
Thank you.
yourself.
Yeah. Yep. And I thought of you today incidentally, and I thought I'm going to take a picture and post it, except I don't have all this stuff set up on my phone to do it from my phone. So I was like, so it's not going to work. So you do it tomorrow, because I do tomorrow a lot.
Okay, so you take your picture and it's on your phone, right? And
yeah,
then you
my Hangout, it doesn't, I'm not connected. I don't have those things set up on purpose on my
understand.
phone.
Okay.
So,
Well, we'll talk later.
okay. Anyway, thank
But
you.
yes, so that's part of that too, is yes, all of us getting our technology in order. So I'm so glad though that you guys came. I really am, and I'm so glad. And I'm not kicking you out. I just didn't want to dismiss you if you had to leave. And so
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So but I am glad, and I'm very glad that you came. And it's really lovely to meet you, David. And I hope that you'll come to more hangouts. And I know that more will come to visit your channel, and I will be one of them.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So yeah, so absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. I guess well, here, Bree, let me ask, is there anybody else who has time constraints or is tired or who wants to go to bed, who wants to go next, that can jump in, that I know Bree will let jump in front of her.
Yeah, please. Anyone who
So
needs
yeah,
to
if there's
go.
anybody, yeah, just speak up. Otherwise, I'll just go to Bree. But please, I don't want to, I know how it is. So I don't want to keep people if they want to get moving along.
I'm hearing crickets, but not literally. Well, actually, outside I am, but I think we're good then.
Excellent. Okay,
But please,
well then.
people, raise your hand or let us know if you gotta.
So yes,
go.
for Bree, it's been a very exciting day. Bree and I have been friends for a couple of years now, and we've had all kinds of exciting goings-ons and synchronicities and
Just all the time.
so many things. And I will say, and I like to bring this up a lot, because it's fun. Because when Bree and I first met, and how she was so enamored with the light languages and how she so much wanted to speak them, and she was, and these were her words, I am so fangirl. But the point is that look at her now. I mean, she's moderating hangouts. She speaks, tons of light languages. Has already gone off and done her own thing, and kind of has her own healing powers and definite connections to Gaia and and the animal kingdom and the animal spirits, and I just want to throw out there too that all of us here are shaman. We all speak and are vessels for the earth and spirit world, and bringing these messages to assist and guide human collective consciousness. And so I did want to reiterate that everybody here has a beautiful connection and love for the planet and the elements and the elementals. And so so I wanted to just say in such a short time that, well, it's been and it's hard to believe that it's only been a year and a half now, right, Bree, that since we've actually known each other, and yet it, might as well have been a lifetime. So, and now, like I said,
lifetime. Oh, silly.
exploding in languages and everything else, and so
yeah,
all of us are completely capable of this. This is a natural, normal ability that we are all developing, activating within each other, sharing. That's what this is about. So I just wanted to remind everybody, including Bree, how far you've all come. And she's got all kinds of amazing stories about energy healing and how she overcame, you know, diseases that are incurable and creating her own reality based upon the, oh, that's not acceptable for me.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's intention. And she said, no, that's not acceptable. I'm going to find out alternatives because I don't believe that. I believe I'm a self-healer. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I felt like someone else needed to hear that.
Thank you.
And she also happens to speak Japanese
Nihongo
for anybody
harishimasu.
who, and she likes transcribing, and she likes to do computer stuff and you know, so she likes doing web things and hangouts, and she's a computer guru. She is my often my go-to for my technology questions. Like tonight, all along, I've been sharing the hangout link the wrong way for like ever. So hey, it wasn't you guys' fault. It was my fault too. So you know, but there you go. So I just wanted to kind of give everybody a little introduction into everybody as much as I could. But so, my dear,
Appreciate it.
native spirit, earth magic, or gateway.
Well, you know, now that I'm hearing this gateway word, okay, thinking I'm a little pulled to this gateway. I'm
I
not
think
familiar with the
everyone's liking
gateway.
this gateway tonight, kind of
Yeah,
too, because
this
of
is
the
a
whole.
gateway day.
I think we're all feeling like we want.
It's 10:11, so there we go.
Oh,
gateway.
look at that! And on the East Coast, it's 11:11. So it's
numbers. We got some numbers
Oh,
going.
thank you. Okay, who did I tell? I told. There she is. I told Barbara. I said, Barbara, we must bring up the numbers and the numerology and and this is happening to Barb, it's happening to me, it's happening to Bree, it's happening to Alicia. We are Jody. All of us are sharing every single day. I get messages. We go back and forth with each other. 1111, 222, 333. Oh my God, you should see what numbers I saw today. People are doing screen prints of, 4444 and Will in his odometer readings. Oh my God. He's always posting his odometer readings. And so I was mentioning to Barbara, because she was talking tonight about synchronicities, about numbers and views and things like that. And clocks and the time on the clock. And so we were joking about that. And I said, remind me to bring that up about numerology and numbers, because that's part of this ascension. One of the very first things that I discovered when I woke up was I Googled one day, why do I keep seeing 1111? And that was the day I discovered I was a light worker. I was like, I never knew that word. I knew I've been seeing 1111 all my life. I knew I could talk to angels and dead people, but I didn't know I was a light worker. I was like, oh my God. And I'm telling you, it changed my life. It literally changed my life. Just the word light worker, because you know how it is, you guys. Once you click on light worker, you get 100 million recommended videos for light workers. I was immersed, and that's how I found Galactic Light Languages. That's how I found every single channeler I came to know, every single one of them from the very beginning. Bashar, Abraham, Wendy Kennedy, Nora Harold, Rob Gauthier, Daniel Scranton, Jem Charles. I mean, you name it. Roxanne Swainhart. This is how I found everybody, because of 1111. So that's how it started for me, was numbers and geometry. We were talking last night in our hangout with Will last night, Reiki with Will, another Reiki master teacher with a YouTube channel. And we did the hangout last night, and, talking about all of this. And so Will, 3777 today, he says, on the little side chat today. So he's always posting on Facebook. about his odometer readings and stuff, because we're all seeing this. All of us, we're all going through the synchronicities. And pyramid power, and that's all about numbers, and and 369 and Tesla energy, and then Michelle and her buddy with the Tesla coil, and
you're bringing up pyramids, Wendy. So let me show my little this is, I don't know if you can see very well.
Oh my God! So is this
for next year? So this is the next global pyramid conference.
What?
So next year, it's September 20th through the 23rd. We're having the second Global Pyramid Conference in Chicago, Illinois, and it is about the healing power of pyramids. I help plan these events, and it will be at this hotel, the Doubletree by Hilton Skokie Hotel, and we're working on getting everything. We have archaeologists, researchers, scientists, international speakers from all over
you
the
guys.
world.
I attended last year. I had met Bree in January, I think it was, and then she was telling me how she was starting she was scared to death because they were putting together this very first global international pyramid conference, and this thing was huge, and it had all the archaeologists from all over the world, like we talked about before, Bosnia and Egypt, and the speakers from all over the world, and authors, and just it was the most amazing energy. And this year, not only do I want to attend, but this year I think I would like to be there as a healer, and because there's vendors there where if you sell like anything to do with healing and pyramids or spirituality or light languages or anything related to any kind of healing, you can have they're looking for vendors, if I'm not mistaken, right, Bree? Again, so
vendors, readers, and healers.
And healers. So there'll be last year they had a space for healers to go, and where people and it's not just open to the people who attend the conference, but these are open to the public. So if you're part of the conference, you're also going to be anyone who's staying at the hotel, anybody who sees the sign outside. So it was an extremely successful conference. It was absolutely amazing, and it was truly a life changer for me. So and it's interesting, Bree, that okay, oh crap, what'd I do with it? I was like, I hope I didn't put her card back. It was the weirdest thing because I was like, where did I put her card? It was funny because the card that I pulled, and I was like, oh, did I start? I was like, did I start to did I put it back in the deck? Oh, here it is. It's very interesting that we had this conversation, and I'm glad we did, about you and jobs. And oh, by the way, and Bree just also moved to a new cute little yellow house.
And I believe, might I add, that my cat, Fletcher, manifested a giant patch of catnip in my little garden area. There's like a little box for like my own garden, which is amazing. And it's literally just a giant bush of catnip. And I mean, like, that's not really something on my like bucket list to manifest. So this is getting me thinking, right? And like, I asked you this, Wendy, but I don't know if you had seen my chat. This was a while ago, but I'm thinking like, okay, so animals are raising consciousness. Yeah. They have creative abilities as well. And they're part of this whole, so I really think my cat did that.
I totally think that about Ranger.
Yeah.
Anybody who's seen my videos, Ranger's like the most awesomest. He's like, I call him Awesome Dog because he is awesome dog.
He's
so smart. Dog. You brought up a good point, because I remember one of the challenges recently saying that those of us who will be going to the 5D Earth and blah, 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 we will have the opportunity to take our animals with us, our pets with us, because everyone was worried about, oh, can I take my pets and my kids? And, so, but I think you broached on something that I think we haven't touched on just yet, which is a very exciting idea, that our plants and animals are also raising their consciousness. And so it would only lend to oh, this gets so juicy, because
I know it gets.
It does, because it lends you
This
to
is like
think
going to be many events and many. I mean,
totally.
I can't get the stuff out of my head anymore. So
that we're becoming more telepathic. We can
Mhm.
become more telepathic with our animals, and if our animals are also becoming more telepathic, then is it because which came first, the chicken or the egg thing? Is it because we are, or is it So kind of, yes, definitely. She will send you the link, Liliana. We'll be in touch because there's so many people who can be involved in this pyramid project, and there was people there with crystals, there was people there with Oramus, there were people there with stuffs, all their Egyptian stuff. There were people who wrote books on light languages. There were people who wrote Egyptian books. There was, I mean, you name it. That's where I got my little paper, that little paper pyramid that I wear, you guys, on my head. I got it there. I got a bunch of the guy that makes those copper pyramids. He was there. So
You mean these? Oh wait.
yes, I have one.
This isn't enough.
Like that.
Yes,
I do.
I used this in my English teaching class the other day. I'm like, this is a small pyramid. This is a big pyramid, because they're learning the word small and big. And all the students were like, oh my God, teacher. That's all I could say over and over. Oh my God. Because they're probably like, why is she holding bigger?
That is so cute, though.
I thought it was really funny.
So yes, anybody who's listening who wants to be a part of this, I mean, healers, vendors, attendees.
Wendy, let me plug the guy who makes these.
Yes, please do.
His website is oh God.
You'll think of it.
I will think of it. I'm literally working right now.
And he's actually he does an amazing. He's got one that I want for my yard. It's like 7 feet tall.
Oh, it's Ascended Pyramids. So his website is ascendedpyramids.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
and he does beautiful work.
They're called Ascended, right? So they're longer pyramids than the stumpy ones. Like this is like a regular stumpy pyramid. I like calling them stumpy because it's funny. This is organite. And
I have mine here too. Well, I put it here somewhere.
Are skinny. So I'm getting all nerdy.
I'm surrounded by my pyramids.
Where we can talk about pyramids all.
Well, you're not going to believe this, Bree, but
are you sure?
The card I drew for you. I have to look at myself. Launching your journey. I don't believe it, but I believe it. I am
I feel it.
Intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe.
What was that second word? I am a what?
I just don't believe it. Look at the pictures on here. There's a castle.
Amazing.
And mountains. And the new moon.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And a palm tree.
And those mountains look a little pyramid shaped there.
Pyramids.
What?
They're the pyramids.
You're kidding me.
That's the pyramid, you guys. I'm not kidding.
Wendy, I'm thinking there's not going to be a pyramid. If there were a pyramid on that card, that would be too ridiculous.
Oh my God, there's a pyramid on this card.
That would be too ridiculous.
Launching your journey. We're talking about you coordinating the second Global Pyramid Conference, launching your journey. And there's a picture of pyramids and sand dunes and castles and what is that? Oh, looks like what is this guy? Like a little, what is that?
It's like a
little fairy hut or something.
Mushroom house.
Yeah, like a little mushroom house.
Call it a mushroom house.
And then, I mean, look at this.
Yeah, I'm going to be traveling the world. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So seriously.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I mean, this couldn't. I don't even need to say anymore.
No, you don't. I get the photo, the picture. I get the picture.
I get the picture.
Get the picture. Thank you.
Oh my God. We'll see. We knew which deck to pull from, didn't we? We knew which one.
We did. And
Okay,
I'm going to
this is
skip forward because I know other people here.
Yes, I know. So yes, who wants to go
but
next?
I had
Go
okay,
ahead.
two things. I have a friend who actually was able to watch half of this hangout so far tonight, and she's new to all of this information. And she was interested in getting a card pulled for her. If you'd be okay with that.
Yes.
So
Oh my God.
first
Yes.
her, and then
Do you want to pick the deck?
Sure. I will
she
pick
have
the
a-
deck. Heads up, Paula on YouTube said, Ranger's my boyfriend with an exclamation point. So that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. We love you, Paula.
Oh, Rachel loves Paula so much. Oh my God.
I'm sure. That's amazing. Okay, and I wanted to say there's I think a guy on YouTube, Jean-Marcus Robinson, who does have questions as well for a card afterwards. So if we can kind of bam, 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 bam.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's
get
do
this
it. Okay,
all
then yeah, we'll try to get through quick then too. So I don't want to rush anybody, but yeah, I want to make sure everybody gets a turn. So
and please, if people need to go first because they need to leave, let us know.
Yeah, please say so. Yeah, because it's getting late. Okay, I know Barbara wants to go too.
Barbara.
Yeah, I know she wants to go too. Do you want me to do Barbara
first? Yeah, and we
okay,
can
I'll do Barbara first. Which deck do you want, Barbara? And I wanted to just let Barbara say hello for a minute, and I wanted to put a shout out for Barbara Dominic. She's just started her YouTube channel, and she's been speaking light languages, and she just has the most delightful, beautiful energy. I love you so much, and this is the first time she and I've ever gotten to chat face to face. And so this is so wonderful for me tonight. I'm so excited. So hello, I'm so glad you got in.
I am too. It was a little frustrating, but I'm glad I got. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. It was pretty frustrating, but I got in. Thank you. You see, I'm all ready for bed. My hair's all curled up.
That's okay. That's okay. I know it's getting late, and I apologize for the late start, but I'm so glad that you got in, and I'm happy that everyone resolved their technical issues, and I apologize for the part I played in that.
It's okay.
So is there anything that you'd like to share, and is there a card that you'd like to pull?
Well, do we have 2 days?
She's so cute. And I do want to say though also that she also has family in the Caribbean who's lost everything. Absolutely everything. They were lucky that I don't want to say lucky. They co-created a reality in which they are still here to rebuild, but they will be rebuilding. And I have not heard from my family yet in Puerto Rico. So she has been so delightfully kind and sending her blessings to my family as I have been sending to hers, and as I'd like us all once again to just in the the light of this hangout tonight to please send out energy and healing to those who are. I can't even imagine, you guys, what it must be like for my nieces to have no power for days and days. Now, and then here's her family. They have no home. They have nothing, no home. So, and to have no bathrooms, no water, no food, no plumbing, no way to get at it. And if any of you have seen the mayor of San Juan, Puerto Rico, on any of the, and the devastation in the Caribbean islands, it's beyond our comprehension that those of us who sit here and we're able to love and laugh and share like this, but to know that this is going on in the world, it's such a paradox for me, because it's so heartbreaking for me. And yet I know it's a catalyst for the change we need to see in this world.
Exactly.
And so I'm so torn by this, and my family is involved, but I see my whole human family as involved. I don't see borders. I don't see languages. I see people suffering, and I see people who need help, and they need our love and our support, our kindness, our prayers, our money, our bodies. They need everything. So I just wanted to put that out there too, that she and I have also come together today in a gathering of light, of familial love to the outpouring to this devastation.
Yes. Love and healing. Absolutely. I believe that everything is in divine order. And yeah, it is unfortunate about the devastation, but we know those survivors, they will recover. And we just, for the people who have gone into the light, well, they're angels now. And now that they're no longer in physical form, their light is even stronger. And their light can illuminate our way now. So we can be.
Wow, what a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, physically it's sad, but in a divine way, grateful for the light that's coming into us now. But we continue to pray and meditate and send light to the people who have been affected by. It's just amazing. It's just really strange to me. You know, all the elements, the 4 elements, just at the same time. Earth,
Yes,
wind, fire,
all
of
4
them.
elements at the same time.
Yes,
Is anybody else seeing the little orbs
phenomenal.
around her?
You see orbs around you?
I keep
No?
seeing little flashing light orbs around you every now and then. It's like then I'm like, is that my computer or is it really happening? So
Well,
I know it's
the
there. So
angels. Yes, that might be the angels and the orbs. My apartment is full of them, and you'll see them on some of the YouTube videos. But just to follow behind Bree, I have a pyramid. I have a Nubian copper pyramid that I got in December, and I meditate in there as often as I can, and it's really wonderful. And the pyramid that you showed, according to some of what I've read, the narrow pyramids, the one that you have, they are more powerful.
that's why he makes them ascended pyramids, because of that reason.
The way he explained it to me was basically like the energy, it because the energy is being funneled, right? So it's being funneled from above and from below, and it bounces the ascension. The elongated part makes it basically bounce even more back and forth in between, so it's a stronger energetic
concentrated.
More concentrated. So I don't really know much more than that, and I obviously, you know, I'm not a quantum physicist, but like it makes sense because they are finding, you know, that there's different properties depending on the ratio and stuff. But it's still sacred geometry, and that's what we're talking about.
And I know that's why we're together tonight too, Barbara. And I know that's why we met, because we speak light languages. And I love the way you said that about that they are out there now adding to the light that's being shown down here on Earth. And what a beautiful way to put that. I truly believe that.
A beautiful way. And can I add to that for a second? I was listening to a beautiful podcast last night about animals, actually, on one of my favorite podcast shows called Quantum Conversations. And this show, do you know of that?
Oh yeah, a lot of people do.
Lauren Gailey, and she's amazing. Yeah, and I was listening to her. Yeah, her most recent one was with Cherie Virginie, and Cherie is the daughter of, what is her name? Judy Callie, I think is her name. And Judy Callie does a lot of work with, like, you know, the new children coming into the earth and all their different, you know, like basically assignments, like rainbow children, crystal children, indigo children, violet children, you name it. It's all, there's like children, 90 types or even more. So anyway, I was listening to this podcast, and Cherie is an animal communicator and a psychic, and she was talking about, you know, the hurricanes and everything, and she's like, you know, a lot of people were so focused on the negativity of all this stuff, and, you know, let's talk about all these terrible news stories of, you know, dogs getting chained up to a fence where the flood is coming and all this stuff. But she said, you know, another way to look at it, which is truly how I see it, is it's beautiful because these animals are being rescued and being put in homes where they are cared about, and they're cared about more than being chained up before a flood, you know. So and that's not even taking into account, you know, if they do pass over, they are assisting us in much different powerful ways on the other side, us animals and people. And another thing she was talking about is animals walking in, like if you have a pet at home, you know, but you have pets that have passed away prior, those pets will actually like walk in and out, like, so sometimes you can see your pets kind of acting a little bit like your previous pets have, and it's
I know
because
that. And that's
that
weird that you said that, Bree, because I have said that to my husband more than once, that our old dog has appeared or is, I know she's with Ranger. It's like sometimes it's like she's there in him.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know when it's her and when it's not him.
Isn't it amazing?
Isn't it
amazing? So that's cool that all links up. So I just wanted to add, you know, a positive touch on like the animals too. Like, you know, we don't have to look at all these situations as like so dreary and terrible, because it's all so beautiful from a higher perspective. But like while we're here and we're going through, and that's what you were saying, Wendy, is like being torn, right? Like we're torn between like, okay, I have these human emotions and like feelings and attachments and all this stuff, but then I also have like the bigger picture. So anyway, sorry, Barbara. I know.
Exactly.
No, that's wanted to add that.
When you get a chance, look up the research done by the Russians with those pyramids.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have. Oh yeah,
with the ascended pyramids, you mean, or
the pyramid that you had in your hand?
Oh sure.
The pyramids that they research with is shaped exactly like the pyramid that you have in your hand. They just put animals in the pyramid, and the animals are healed.
Yes, they are. Yeah, and water. It's used for healing. Water. Oh man, it's or not.
Okay.
Water.
But yeah, it
goes all over.
And I've actually was thinking about getting brave enough to actually, and I say brave because it's not like me to be easily go out into the world in my 3D world to do this, but you know, it's funny how much I've changed in a year, how I wouldn't even bat an eyelash about actually being a healer at this conference and speaking light languages and telling the world that that's what I do. And I find it so odd that I was so freaky about it last year. You know what I mean? It's so strange. But anyway, I digress.
Okay.
What I wanted to thank you, Barbara, too, just for the light that you're putting out there in the world, and that you are, you know, you're just, and again, that video you did with your grandson was so cute, and I don't know if he's just humoring you or if he or if he knows, you know, anything about any of this, but I think that you are doing him a great service by teaching him to know himself.
He's only 9 years old. He didn't understand what was going on. He was confused because of the angel lights, you know.
I know.
When we looked in the camera, the light was there. And when we looked at the wall, he couldn't see anything. So he was speechless, as you noticed. He was so speechless.
He was just like,
but it was awesome.
They told me that you have very important work to do.
Okay.
And as we've discussed many times in not only these hangouts but in my videos, that there's a reason why there's so many vibrational versions of us teachers, because each of us vibrates in a certain frequency and we attract others of that like frequency, and yet it's still all the same unity consciousness frequency, yet each of us has a very unique tone. And there are certain people, just like music, some people like opera, some people like country music, some people like rap, So it's the same thing. There are the teachers of the teachers are being called forth because there are not enough of us awake for the amount of people that want to awaken. And so you, each of us, but you specifically, by starting this journey of your own and starting this YouTube channel and even introducing your grandson to the angel light. I mean, that's a big deal. And so, and and kids, and if they're not already, all the kids now are awake, but if they're not aware that they're aware yet, they may, oh, you guys are crazy, and they roll their eyes and, okay, grandma, but that in such a short time, say 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, when that little boy is a man, we're going to be interacting with our galactic families.
Yeah. Yes.
And so when you look at it that way, you are paving the way. You are also a way shower. You are also you are showing him and I will add again the ripples by you showing him. He is going to move through his world differently.
Yeah.
He's going to see his world differently. He's going to treat his own peers differently. He's going to treat other people in the world differently because of how you are responding to the world. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there too, that, this may be a newer journey for you, but I know that you've been on this journey for a very long time.
Ever since I can remember. Sure.
that I could tell, and I don't even know you, and I know that. So
yeah.
So I just wanted to say that, and I know that there's many reasons why we found each other. So was there a card that you would like to pull?
What decks do you have?
Yeah, I have the Earth. Today I have the Earth Magic.
I have that
the
deck, yeah.
Native Spirit, and the Gateway.
Native Spirit.
Okay, that was actually the one I thought you were going to pick.
You knew I was going to pick that one?
I kind of had a feeling.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was Earth Magic, and then I said, no, she's going to pick Native Spirit.
Yeah. Okay.
So if there's any questions in your heart, and I know that obviously this family situation, I really think though that from that standpoint you've got a handle on that. I do. I know you do. I can feel it in your heart. I know that you do. You have a handle on it, and so whatever questions you may have in your own heart, your own direction, maybe any questions you've been asking your guides, maybe something that you've been looking for clarity on and direction. Let's show our gratitude today to Barbara's spirit guides and her guardian angels and the support that they're giving her through her journey in all her new endeavors, and sharing her own healing light with the world. You are such a delightful soul that I know you touch a lot of hearts, and I know you spend your days healing. I know that.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Yep. Been very busy. The question that I have is the question I always ask the angels when I do my own cards. It's always the same question. I never have a specific question because I know I'm the question and I'm the answer. And so my question always winds up being, what do I need to know?
That's exactly what I always ask myself, because every time I ask a specific question, they have a very good sense of humor, don't they?
They sure do.
They kind of give you the old smack upside the head, and they go, "Really, really? You're going to ask that because you already know the answer, really?" So what they say to me is the same thing. Ask for what it is that you need to know.
Exactly.
What is the highest information you need?
Exactly.
Interesting. Spirit keeper of the South.
Spirit keeper of the South? Oh, that's interesting. That's so interesting.
Look at that. This card couldn't have been more.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
That's beautiful. That is really
This is
beautiful.
a meadow of beautiful flowers.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what the top of the card looks like? It looks like the angel light in my apartment. Exactly the same light on the wall, but I can't see it with my naked eye, only when I look through the camera.
Only through the camera. And the same thing happens to me in my videos. I can see, well, see now when I look at the light, I can actually see now the auras and the prisms, but a lot of the lights I don't see unless I'm looking through my camera. And a lot of that is because they are able to present themselves now because our technology is physically higher,
the higher frequency,
dimensional.
It's a higher frequency. A different
and
bandwidth
so
too.
Able to capture higher frequency light. It's just like when they go and do the ghost busting thing, and they got the special lights and so that they can see the energy. Well, the more advanced our technology becomes, the easier it is for them to actually beam themselves into our reality.
Yeah.
So we can see orbs, we can see light beings, we can see the fairies and the
rainbow
sprites.
lights.
Yes.
The violet flame.
And the violet flame. And so you are such, I mean, everything I described about you is everything in the flower. The bright light, I mean in the card. The bright light, the trees, the meadow, the spirit.
I love that.
I mean, truly, the spirit keeper of the South. And they're showing me that too, that you really are the spirit keeper of where you live. You're the spirit keeper for your family. So, you know, they look to you for a light that they see within you. And yet sometimes maybe you don't even see how bright your own light is. And how many of us know that we don't see I bitch at Michelle all the time, sorry, about her not seeing her own light, about how she doesn't share her stuff, you know? And this is what they're saying to me. You are such a bright spirit. And in this, but yet this gentle meadow, it's like you're this big giant light walking.
Isn't that something? Oh my God. I wish I could take a picture of that.
Well, I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. And
wow.
And, yeah, and you know what I'm gonna do? Just because I want to.
You know what happens for a lot of us? We are just so focused on our service and love, and we just do what we do, and we don't think about or even realize how people perceive us. People see your magic, but you can't see your magic because you're busy sharing it.
You're busy being magical, and I am. I will say it out loud to the world. I'm just as guilty because I am. Because so many people say that to me, and yet in my heart I know it because that's all I want to do is project love and light. But it's not something I do because I do it because it's something I want to do. It's something that I'm just excited to do, and I don't know how to do any other thing. And I thought to myself the other day, would I be okay? Could I tomorrow turn off my computer and turn off my phones and never make another video, never do another hangout?
Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't know if I could ever go back to that life again.
No way.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had that same feeling. I have the exact same feeling. I don't know that I would ever want to stop doing what I do.
Right. I don't know that I could. Right. And I got this little stone at through the pyramid conference. This is a very powerful, and it's shaped like a teardrop. And the reason I brought this up tonight was because I was, and also my little yellow starfish, because they showed me tonight, and this just goes with what you and I are talking about. The message for me with this tonight was, we are drying the tears.
Oh, wow.
With our starlight and our sunlight, we're drying the tears of a human collective consciousness. And there was a guy at the pyramid conference who had a lot of crystals, and he owns a shop in Chicago, Illinois. And I purchased a stone from him, and with the purchase of a stone, if you live in Chicago, I guess, well, whatever, he gave you a coupon. Anybody who was there, he gives you a coupon if you went in his store for 2 free items. And these were these very precious, and they're one of them's like, I think he calls it an infinity stone, and I think he's actually trademarked it.
Okay.
And so I received for free, like, I believe it was this stone and another one. And
Is that from Dave's Rock Shop?
yes, from Dave's Rock Shop.
Okay.
That's where that's from. Thank you, Bree. And because I wanted to give him a shout out. So yes, Dave's Rock Shop, Chicago, Illinois. And so my son actually went and picked it up for me. And so, but the power that I have received from the stuff that from these crystals that he's given me. So I wanted to bring that up because I thought of you specifically, Barbara, when I took these out tonight before the hangout, because they showed me that this destruction and all this devastation, that we are literally helping the world dry their tears and with our light.
Wow,
and
that's beautiful.
So it just made me feel really good, and I wanted to share that with you. And I wanted to tell you the card meaning about this, because I want you to know this, that the spirit keeper of the South is abundance and prosperity in all forms. Expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe.
Wow.
This is a great time for medical procedures. Your energy will be at a maximum. Your native spirit wants you to know, in the medicine wheel, the South is the direction that symbolizes, and we're talking about direction tonight, right, guys? It symbolizes the direction of warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, moon, and a time of rapid growth. And isn't that what we're all going to be now, helping the world rebuild?
Yes.
Rapid growth.
Yes.
Crops grow with vigor during the summer months. In the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. And it made me think of your grandson. This is your time to shine.
Okay.
This is your time to shine, woman.
Okay. I have a gold shirt.
This is your time to shine. It's also a time of great bounty in all areas of your life.
Wow.
Open your arms to receive gifts from the universe. Standing face the journey. Stand facing south during the midday. Close your eyes and feel the warmth of the sun opening your heart center. Absorb the sunlight as you sense yourself absorbing the abundance of the universe.
Okay. Oh, that's
So I
beautiful.
did read that because I really wanted, they told me you needed to hear that.
Thank you. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I am south. My apartment is south.
And I knew that. So I was like, yeah. And I have another, there's another card I'm going to send you personally, privately, tomorrow, that is an addendum to this card.
To that card?
And so I'm going to send it to you as a kind of a separate message, because that's what they told me. So that's what I'm going to do. So
that's beautiful.
Because there's a message on there about if you already live in the South, and it's very weird. Okay, because it says in the book, if you live in the South, to pull the Keeper of the North card. So I know you live in the South, so I'm going to send you the Keeper of the North card tomorrow.
Okay, well, I can add to that. I've been thinking of moving south. I have great-grandchildren in Virginia Beach, and of course, Edgar Cayce Foundation is in Virginia Beach, and I've been thinking about moving there and getting out of New York City.
Oh my gosh, you need to talk. Isn't Michelle in Virginia Beach, Bree?
Isn't that Lana?
Well, I think Michelle's in Virginia too.
Wow.
I think
she's around there.
But anyway, yeah, that's very interesting.
Wow. Yes, that's perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's
Winchester, Virginia. Thank you, Will.
Huh.
So she's in Winchester, Virginia.
Okay. My great-grandsons are in Virginia Beach. I've got
And
two there.
matter of fact, when I was with her in Arkansas, we did with Will, we did a retreat last year called Beyond Belief, and it was Beyond Belief, and it was in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we had a marvelous time, and it was so beautiful, another life-changing experience.
Wow.
And
Yes.
there was something I was going to say about that time.
Experience.
There was something I picked up from Michelle that said Virginia Beach on it at the retreat in Arkansas. So I'm finding it very synchronistic that Will's here, Michelle was here earlier, and that you're thinking of moving to Virginia Beach, and that
the card.
And the card. So there was a weird synchronicity there. And then the card that Bree got to about just all the cards tonight are for everybody. So I was also reminded about that starting on a new journey.
Uh-huh. Yes, that's right.
And I really believe that applies to everybody here.
Yes.
And anybody who's listening. And I know for sure it applies to everybody in this room. I know that for sure. So, Will is starting new enterprises, and he just moving back and forth, and he's starting new endeavors, and so all of this. So wow, what a great synchronicity. I'm so happy that you were able to get in, Barbara, and that we got to meet tonight face to face. And I watched your video today. It was just absolutely delightful. Barbara posted a video today for the equinox. It was just a beautiful light language video.
Thank you.
And I'm really looking forward to doing actual light language hangouts too. So, I mean, we've got all kinds of great stuff that I want to do. And so we're going to be doing just light language hangouts and stuff like that. So you're on the list, baby.
Okay, that'll be a blast. Thank you.
Would you like to offer us?
It's all so magical.
It is magical.
It's so magical. Really.
Oh, what's your? And I believe her channel's just called Barbara Dominic.
It's my name. It's just my name.
And it's DOMNICK, Dominic.
Yes. I had started the channel just to post some of my adventures in nature, and back in June, I decided to create a video of an exercise that I do that helps strengthen the neck, back, and shoulders. And when I posted it to YouTube, I was shocked to see all this light. And so I just started experimenting to figure out where the light was coming from. And I would see the light in the day when the sun is out. When it's pouring down rain, this light is just at night, 9-10 o'clock at night, the light is still there.
She's got this light that shines. It's like, it's the strangest thing.
It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So I know that our soul families definitely brought us together.
I think so
and the
too.
light languages bring us together. I know that we're all finding each other, and you have to thank our collective consciousness and our internet collective consciousness for the fact that we do have a smart enough computer system in that when we zone in on things we enjoy, it feeds us other things that are in that same genre, which half the time actually irritates the heck out of me because for a lot of reasons, which I'm not going to get into today, but it just irritates me sometimes, but they're trying to be nice and help us navigate. And I think in some ways it does, because I know personally how many videos I've listened to because of that. Because I'm listening to a channeler, and in the corner of my eye, I see in the recommended light language, and I go, oh my God, another light language person. So we're feeding on each other. We're activating each other. Yeah. I knew Will I forgot how long I knew Will before, and I could hear the languages bubbling up in his head and telepathically, but he never spoke them out loud. And then one day he just started speaking them out loud, and now it's like he's like me. We just can't stop,
That's great. Well, I was speaking in tongues from the time I was a little girl. My great aunt.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up, because this is a question I get asked a lot in my videos, is about speaking in tongues. Is it the same thing? What is light languages? What is speaking in tongues? Because there's been so many preconceived notions, and then you've got good preconceived notions about, now see, when I had a preconceived notion of the one time my girlfriend, when I was young, my best friend came home from church, and she had gone to, I think it was a new church, and she said they were speaking in tongues, and I had no idea what she was even talking about. And actually, she was so religious, and I was so not, that I didn't even understand half the time what she was talking about, to be honest with you. And she was Catholic, and so it was a lot of pomp and circumstance, and that I just didn't understand. I just didn't get it. So, but that's neither here nor there. But the point is that now I know for sure that was my first introduction from my spirit guides, introducing me to the idea even of it. So for anybody out there who's
activated at that time.
I was, and now I know for sure through private sessions that I was being activated as a child even.
Right.
So by the time that even happened, I had already been in contact with them for, since birth. Truly, probably we all have. And we're going to get into conversations and hangouts about that at another time too, because Alicia and Bree and I have talked about this, about timelines and how you really do create the past now. Because if you decide you want to do something now, since it's not linear, they hop back when you're born. You know what I mean? It's like you're agreeing to it now, but you know what I mean? Since it's not linear, they go back and go, okay, this one's on board.
Okay.
If you can look at it that way, you create your past from your present. I didn't know I was a hybrid mom until I heard somebody else say I'm a hybrid mother, and I went, oh my God, I'm a hybrid mother. How did I know that? But I knew. And so by me saying that now, boom, I went back in time and said, yes, I agree to be a hybrid parent. Yes, I agree to be part of the hybridization program. But that's a whole nother subject, but this is what we're talking about here. So, okay, Bree, yes, two other cards.
People are waiting,
cards pulled too, but so I wanted to just say, I wanted to answer that because speaking in tongues is, in my opinion, even though I never did what was called, I thought, speaking in tongues, nor did I when I started speaking light languages. I wasn't even, until somebody else said later, oh, this is what speaking in tongues was, what people referred to. And the only connection I had was to church and spirit. But what I saw in those people was nothing but pure love and light. Now now look at channelers now, the sounds that they make and the things that they do. And they make crazy noises and they do this and this. Well, when you saw that 30 years ago in the church, people thought, oh my God,
people were
what
afraid.
are these people doing? What's wrong with them? They're possessed.
Possession, right.
Now, call me crazy. I don't care.
I'd rather be crazy.
Exactly. So, so yes, speaking in tongues, another thing I'm so glad you brought up, because we need to dissipate these belief systems, thoughts. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. If you keep thinking that speaking in tongues is something other than love and light, it's just a thought. It's just a belief.
That's it.
You can break that belief just like you break any other belief. So if you've got something bubbling up in your throat chakra or in your heart chakra, and it feels like it's languages, or start with A, E, I, O, U, A, E, A, no, A, Kola, E, Tu. Just make noises. And before you know it, but it just starts to pour out, because you've got to open the gate. You got to open the gate. So thank you, Barbara. I'm so happy you were here. Thank you for sharing. And this is, again, just one of many more.
Thank you very much. It was beautiful.
And thank you for persevering with your technology.
Something pushed me out of the bed. I don't know what it was. It pushed me out of the bed. I said, okay.
Woo, it's called the light.
Yes. Thank you.
Your angels pushed you out of your comfort zone. And
You
she
know
says,
it was the angels. You know it was them. Thank you.
thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Okay, who wants to go next? Otherwise, I'm going to go to the people on the internet.
Can I go next? Is that okay, Wendy?
Yes, absolutely, honey. Which deck would you like? I know it's getting late up there in the North Tundra.
I'm really shocked. It's cherry pie time, by the way. So if I'm eating, I'm always eating with you guys.
Oh, it's okay. You're always eating when I talk to you, but that's okay. I love cherry pie. Oh my God, I love cherry pie. Are you kidding me?
This is amazing because we can never get reception in the cottage, and I have
I told
one
you you were
bar.
going to get reception tonight. I told you.
I know. I have one bar, and so far it's been clear, which is really phenomenal. So
that's because you got all of our energies together.
I know, it's amazing. I love it.
So which deck do you want?
Well, I'm really interested in. I just need to say something about that gateway deck. And I've seen that gateway deck being used where I actually. Oh wait, am I yelling? He says I'm yelling.
No, not at all.
Okay. So the gateway really don't, and this is the first time I've actually seen it. Decided to throw that out there. I don't know why.
You cut out.
So
that's the first time you've actually ever seen it used. You cut out.
Not being used. Just actually being helpful when used.
Oh, helpful. I see what you mean. Helpful. Okay.
I just don't normally like it very much. But anyway,
you just don't normally like that deck very much. Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, good. I mean,
any of the other two is fine.
Well, see, but that's good though that you put that out there because it also kind of confirms what we were just talking about, thoughts and beliefs, and that here's a thought that you had that it's a so-so deck, and maybe but here's a way that it's actually been able to be helpful. So that's really good. So that's cool though. But yeah, I mean, do you want to do that one, or do you want to do Earth Magic or Nature Spirit, Native Spirit?
The Wiz just dumped his milk all over the floor. Hang on just 1 second. Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to go on to someone?
Wait, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna stop laughing. All right. What are the choices? Sorry.
Don't cry over spilled milk. Earth Magic. Yeah. Earth Magic. Or Native Spirit.
I'm gonna go with. Oh Lord, I'm gonna go with Native Spirit.
Okay.
For the win.
Okay, for the win. and we have Native Spirit for the win.
Can you put the cover back on, please?
Spilled milk and cherry pie. I just love that. Gave me such a cute visual. They gave me a cute visual. Oh, that's fun. Well, I know there won't be any cherry pie in the Native Spirit deck, but I know that there's a cherry pie in the Gateway Spirit deck. I know that for sure. Ooh, okay. This is kind of cool because of where you're at.
Okay.
Because of where you're physically located right now up in the woods.
Oh.
Thunder drum.
Okay. There was a huge storm today. Huge.
Interesting. Look at the lightning and shit.
That's really beautiful.
So, thunder drum. So, of course, the first thing I'm seeing is it's time to beat your drum. So I'm going to beat you up just like I did Michelle. And tell you to get your shit together.
Oh, dude!
Don't choke on your cherry pie.
It's so hard to get my shit together.
I know, and that's why I'm laughing because it's the first thing I heard with the drum was, "Bam! It's time to get your shit together."
Cue spilled milk. Yeah. Actually, with the wind today, so I was out on the pontoon, and the Wiz was fishing, and with the wind today, it was going through something that sounded like a native flute. And it was very pretty.
Okay, and this is funny because I'm going to laugh. I'm going to read this to you because I had to laugh because of something that we talked about not too long ago about the beauty of social media. And I've had my I've had my own recent run-ins with social media. I think I told Bree the other day. I said I'm ready to just I'm ready to turn off my Facebook and just close my account. I'm just like, but anyway, but I had to laugh about this because it's something we were talking about social media. Stand up and be counted. Be assertive. Don't be shy about sharing your gifts. Oh, see, this one Michelle should have got. Don't be shy about sharing your gifts and letting the world know about your value. Declare with authority. This is who I am, and this is what I stand for.
Oh boy.
Make a stand for others less fortunate. Take risks. Walk in rhythm to the beat of your own drum. This is not the time to step back or step aside.
So they're probably not talking about using curling irons over an open flame, are they?
And you being up north, actually, though, do you ever go to any drum circles up there?
No, I don't even know if that exists up here. I mean, I'm sure it does somewhere.
Are you kidding? You're in Wisconsin. It's filled with Indians. Are you kidding?
Dude, Native Americans is the correct terminology.
I'm
Wendy.
sorry. It is filled with Native American indigenous peoples, of which there are many drum circles and powwows. Also in Northern Illinois, I will add. So I don't know
absolutely. because like it's my family's cottage, and so I'm like incognito when I'm up here.
Oh.
So if I told them I was going to a drum circle, it would be kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But see, we're up here by ourselves.
Well, anyway, what you could do, but you can do it at home. Oh, there you go. In New Mexico, go to New Mexico.
Oh my God, I love New Mexico. That's one of
Liliana says, "Come on out to New Mexico. We'll go to some drum circles."
That's one of my most favorite places is New Mexico. And like when I went
there you
to,
go. Now you got a place to go. Yeah, someone to visit.
Where did we go? Chaco Canyon. Yeah. When we went to Chaco Canyon, we camped like right in the ruins, and that for like 2 days after, I had like astral travel where I was like living in the little homes. It was pretty awesome.
That is so cool. Well, you know what though, but seriously, where you're at though in Wisconsin, lots and lots. I mean, even where you live. I mean, there's lots of drum circles in Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin. Because I grew up there. I was born and raised north of Chicago, so right along Lake Michigan. Right. So right along Lake Michigan, I mean, all of that was Native American territory, and that is where I actually connected to all of this and light languages and I've seen myself there as one of them and part of them, and how the Pleiadians are also part of the indigenous cultures of the planet, and so that also gets very expansive. So I'm I guess Pleiadian energy right now. I'm just feeling that indigenous people's energy, and of course because of the thunder drum, but the fact that I keep hearing because of where you live, drum circles, and that something about drumming and drum circles that is about to assist you in helping your assertiveness. And it's interesting that those of us who are pulled to this calling to service, and I've always been in service in one form or another, but we're still afraid to be assertive. And it's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's because I grew up painfully shy. I mean, I was shy all the way through, till probably into my adulthood, into my adulthood. I was painfully shy. So, and so there's just this idea of drumming and drum circles and of us helping us with our assertiveness. And you ever heard of that where they talk about thumping your thymus, literally your thymus bone?
Oh, I do that all the time.
And
actually,
that's something that for some reason I was hearing that in my head, but it had something to do with that similar activation as when you're thumping your thymus bone, that's similar similar type of activation with the whole drum circle, that whole thunder drum thing. So, and the fact that there was a storm where you were today with the lightning in the air too was pretty synchronistic for that card. So I thought that was kind of
And
interesting.
you know what my main problem is with like coming out, or not coming out of the closet, or being more assertive, I should say, is that I'm not sure what I'm able to be assertive about. You know, in our past conversations, there's been stuff that we've talked about that's just between of the very, very few people. And so I think for me, that's my problem. Like the lines just get blurred. And when I start coming out with some stuff, then I'm told to back off, that it's not time yet, and that I need to be quiet. So for me, it's been very confusing as to what's,
and I get that.
I should be focusing on.
I've heard that too. And that's another thing that we've all, and Bree and I've talked, all of us have talked about that, about being discerning. And we also have to be, there's also this level of discernment that we have with our own guides, that we're trying to interpret these messages. And like Bashar says, the beauty about life is that life is meaningless. You put the meaning to it. So we put the meaning to what our guides are trying to tell us anyway. We're the ones interpreting it because it's us talking to us. So, I think there's this message of not less discerning, but be less worried. Stop being so worried about what other people think about you. And okay, and I'm going to take this to the manifestation level, because when we fear something, we create the very thing we fear. So your fear, your hesitation in, well, I don't know what I should share, or they're telling me not to share this, or should I share this, or if I do share this, or I'm going to piss people off, or they're saying to be a lot less worried about all of that in order for you to become more assertive. And you as a businesswoman, know you have to be assertive. So it's part, it just comes with the deal. But assertive in a way that's not, I don't mean mean or arrogant or pushy. I don't mean that.
Oh, no.
But to be okay with, and I'm not even going to say that out loud, because that'll just.
What? No, you need to tell me.
But you know what I mean. No, I just, because I didn't want it to bring up a personal thing that somebody might hear.
The only personal thing that can't be brought up, you know what that is. So tell me what the rest is.
No, I just meant as far as like, how we share things. Let me just make it generic. We share things out on the social media, and then we get like backlash, and then we go,
oh, like that one,
right? So why did I share that? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. How should I handle that? Should I handle that better? What should I say to them? How should I react? And my answer to her was, and still is, nothing.
No, I actually ended up deleting it just because I didn't like looking at it every time I went to like check things.
I know, and I get that, but the point is this. But see, that's the thing, is we're afraid to be assertive, but yet we're all as a consciousness assertive in all the wrong ways. We're all assertive to be. We're okay to be angry, and we're okay to be nasty, but when it comes to being kind or asserting ourselves in our healing, we're afraid to be assertive. And it's kind of interesting, this dichotomy, and I think we're all trying to get away from that. So yeah.
Okay.
But I'm glad you got in, and I'm glad that even on one bar you're actually able to even still talk.
Yeah, it's wonderful manifestation.
So yeah, that's really cool. And I'm glad that did he get his milk cleaned up?
Yes, he did. He did. Oh boy. Yes.
Oh, good.
And if you got your milk cleaned up.
Well, I think what I'll do is, hey, Will, did you want me to pull a card for you, darling? I know it's probably quiet in the house over there, so he's got a house of sleeping children, so I didn't know if he could talk or wanted to talk or wanted me to pull him a card or not.
Well, if he's taking a siesta too, I got my Manifester Master Fletcher here.
Aw, he's so cute.
Wanted to put the spotlight on my kitten mitten. Okay,
Hi,
he's like, enough of the spotlight. I'm done with that. Let me go,
yes,
human.
Will. Yes, Will. Did you want to say hi? Did you want to say anything? Do you want me to pull you a card? I just want to give everyone a chance who's in the room, and then and Jody and Liliana too. And I know we have folks out there watching, if you're still watching. Sure, pull me a card. Do you have a preference of your deck? Do you want Earth Magic, Native Spirit, or the Gateway? They already told you. Oh, you're so funny. Hilarious. It was, well, I picked up Earth Magic, so that's what they told me. And Will, Reiki with Will. Will and I have been friends for quite some time now here too. And he's also, as I mentioned, a Reiki healer, teacher, master, and he's also my Aquarian fire master teacher. And Aquarian fire is something that I and Will we were all I was introduced to in Arkansas at the retreat with Will. So something that's come dear to my heart as well. So Reiki with Will, if you guys want to catch his channel, and he also he's in Rochester, New York, and he also does Reiki sessions and all that good stuff. And check out his YouTube channel, Reiki with Will. He does light language videos. He did a great equinox water blessing today. So, ooh, I love it. Here you go, Will. And this is perfect for you too. And this is perfect for today, and it's perfect for all of us. Dawn, new beginnings. Nisitia shina ila kesono sapela ina kisha tosima leakia. Sonoteja ina tikia nikisha tosipi iki. Will has been moving around and found his way back to Rochester, New York. And so he's going through a whole new beginnings again, even though he's going back to familiar, and starting a new employment himself and starting a new dawning. And he's also expanding and exploding with light languages and amazing energies and telepathy and numerology and everything else. And I'm actually, I'm loving how the light is just here again, pouring. A lot of light in the cards tonight. I'm loving how all of us light workers are working together, and we're all getting lots of light poured on us tonight about a new dawning, and on top of a mountain. And I love it. And then we've got the valley down below here. We've got the mountain up here. So we've got some tree growth over here. And I swear I'm seeing some, oh, and there's water down here, Will. All of this is water. So very, very, very appropriate for Will in general. He's also I'm hearing Mount Shasta. So I wanted to throw that out there because I'm hearing Mount Shasta and Talos, and Aquarian fire energy, of course. And we also have an Aquarian fire YouTube channel, which we haven't done a whole lot with yet, that I'm hoping to do more of. And I'd like to do, actually, I've been getting the calling lately myself to do more Aquarian fire healings and light language blessings and things like that. So that was very energetic too. And so he's actually, and he just recently came back from Ireland. And so yes, I'm glad you reminded me of that. That was an impromptu trip that he that was a new beginning, I guess, an impromptu trip. He's like, hey, I got this offer to go to Ireland. Should I go? And it was like that day he was in Ireland. So, and had the best time ever. And so, and he's also done hangouts at Mount Shasta. And so there's a lot of connections, and Will and I seem to have a lot of interesting connections, and a lot of timelines that we share. So, we actually can hear and almost, I think, interpret each other's light language videos too. Blessings on your new day dawning and your new beginnings, Will. And doing things doing things old in a new way, doing things differently than we've ever done before. And he's one of those guys. He's also a up at dawn kind of a guy, and he's one of those guys that does those crazy marathons and Ironman things, and swims and bicycles and runs and does all those crazy, wild, all those things that I would love to do, but have not a lot of desire to do. But yet I admire your joy and your enthusiasm and your stamina. And I thank you so much for the healing that you send to the world and for all the work that you do. And I am greater and blessed for knowing you. And I know that we are together in many, many timelines, as we all are here today. And I just wanted to send that special thank you to so many synchronicities that we have. And I know many more to come. And thank you for last night's great hangout as well, Will. And just again, the beauty and the dawn that you bring to the world. So yeah, thank you, Will.
Shukuna horo sukoya ashkana nawaya taskasaya hishana asa asaya kawatasana shishiskana husha shakoho shikawaya kana yisan yir shanawaya koshkoyo kohoya hushawaya kanashiyasha. It is my highest joy to continue to work with you, and thank you so much for all that you do, Wendy. Kushana noho sokoto kashia taniyata. Yes, there's so many times that I just know what you're saying in your videos, and that you're speaking English, and all of a sudden I'm going, okay, she's going to speak soon, because I hear the language even before you start speaking, and then when you start speaking, I can't stop speaking. I'm speaking right along with you. Your peeps are my peeps. It's as simple as that. I love your ladies.
He refers to my ladies as there's a couple of ladies or entities that I channel, and they're very feminine energy, and so he calls them his ladies. So it's a, I don't know, it's just a very interesting connection, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. Because I remember
I was so happy I got to meet Will in Arkansas, and when he
I got to hug Wendy.
we got everybody. I mean, so many people I got to meet for the first time, and it was just so incredible. But that he put this thing together, and I wasn't even supposed to go. I mean, I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't supposed to go. I wasn't going to be able to go, and it all happened like in the last week, right before the whole thing. And that I got to meet him and hug him and do languages and learn the Aquarian fire, and got attuned and illuminated, and we did so many amazing videos too that week, collectively and individually, and incredible, just an incredible life-changing event. And knowing each other, I think, has been truly life-changing.
Yes, our bond was really strong before then, but since then, it is so strong. I cannot imagine my life without you, Wendy.
And of course, it's the mirror. You know that the feeling is mutual, and that's a pure reflection. Because yes, absolutely, it's just more than I can even really. It's hard to even describe sometimes the connections that we all have together, and especially when they're this acute and intense, and being able to see timelines with each other, and it just is so incredible for me. It's been truly mind-boggling, and the things that happened down there in Arkansas during that retreat, but yeah, like you said, it was so intense before that, and that's why we encourage people to get to these retreats and do meetups and everything, and get in these hangouts, but to meet people, face to face, because it's not, there's nothing like it, and the fact that he got to go to Ireland and meet a bunch of our other buddies in Ireland that we've been hanging out with for years, and then he gets to go to Ireland and meet them too. So just incredible. We get to live vicariously through each other.
Yeah. Did some work. Check out the videos on my YouTube channel on the work that happened in Ireland. Yeah, Spirit was driving that truck.
Yep. Beyond Belief, Hot Springs, Arkansas retreat. You can find you can find it out there on YouTube, and the videos that I made and the videos that he made. Yeah, we had a really good time. And there's actually, I'll have to talk to you about that too. There's been people looking for that stuff on Facebook from the old retreat stuff. So but yeah, so a new day dawning indeed. Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad that you stayed up. Thank you for staying up late. And I know you have a quiet household, and I'm sure everybody's got matter of fact, I've got an appointment tomorrow morning. So I'll be a little bleary myself tomorrow, but
I have an appointment with Jim tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, I know it. Well, actually, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? I actually have an appointment here at my house tomorrow, and I'm going to miss the webinar because of it. So I just remembered that. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a physical appointment tomorrow. So, and it's at the same time as the webinar starts, I'm afraid. So that's kind of a bummer. I didn't realize that. But please do give Jim my love.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Will. Okay, I'm going to pull Jody's next because I know she's been in here and she's been hanging out too. Jody, can you type and tell me, do you have a deck that you want? Do you want me to pull a card, or can you talk? Oh, no, she can't talk. She doesn't have a mic. I don't know, and it's if she's even still awake. Poor girl. Everybody might be sleeping. Earth magic. There we go, baby. All right, honey. So Jody and I too. Jody sends me stuff, and it's kind of funny because Jody and I, it's funny how we can share each other's energy, and yet have never met face to face. We have spoken, but we've never met face to face. Or did we? No, we did. Didn't we meet one time a long, long time ago? I think we did get to meet, and I'm trying to think. I'm like, wait a minute. Do we actually get to see each other? I'm like, it was so long ago. No, we didn't. We talked on the phone. That's right. So we didn't get to talk. I mean, we didn't get to see each other. So isn't it interesting how all this time, I've known Jody all this time, and we've still never even gotten to actually see, talk, face to face. And yet the telepathy between us is uncanny, and the stuff that we exchange every day, and the and the messages and the pictures she sends me, it's so wild. So yeah, definitely you cannot make this stuff up, and especially she and I know that because of how when we share the stuff, we're just like, you just can't make this stuff up. Okay, this is interesting. This is a new one I've never pulled from this deck before. Green Man, Synergy. Wow. Look at that. A synergy of energy. Wow. I'm trying to see close up what all these little. Now, see, to me, they're flowers and stuff, I think, but to me, they almost look like little beings, like little elemental.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, and sprite beings, and right, the synergy and energy. See, and that's kind of funny, talking about you and me and the synergy. It's really interesting how we can have this kind of synergy and synergetic connection, and yet have never actually met. So I find that very, very interesting. I even like the back of the card too of this particular deck because of how we've got up here, these are jewels. These are all jewels up in the tree, and then you've got the roots of the tree going down into the roots, and then you've got the lower earth here, And there's a lot of elemental energy with Jody as well, and Jody and I. And actually, Jody, I met through my light language channel. She started making comments on my videos, and that's how we met. And so I just kind of brought her into our hangouts and stuff, and we've all become such great friends. And and again, it's hard to imagine me not being with somebody who I've never met before. So isn't that kind of interesting how I can't imagine my life without someone, although I've never met them before. So isn't that a really a statement of the incredibility of our connections to each other and what's happening with all of us. And so I think it's really, really amazing. I really want to see what this guy says. Green Man, synergy. Green Man in Earth's vegetation is Earth's vegetation personified. Although he has many variations, this card depicts a more subtle and embedded representation. In other portrayals, he resembles the face of a man covered in green foliage as branches and vines sprout from every direction. There exists some form of green man throughout history and in myriad of cultures throughout the world, often a symbol for the rebirth of life in springtime. He's also been associated with the Lord of the Wildwood. As a representative of the plant kingdom, Green Man reminds us of the incredible synergy required for Gaia to maintain her delicate and dynamic balance among the various beings on the planet. Synergy is the interaction and cooperation of two or more elements that produce a combined effect greater than the sum of the separate efforts. And isn't that what alchemy is? Isn't that what all of this is about? In alchemy, a sum greater than its components. We witness this in the complex and cooperative interactions between plants, humans, and animals, just like we were talking about tonight. So I feel this because that card and the synergy and talking about all of this and the synergy of all of this that we're talking about tonight, the earth and its devastation and having to rebuild and this new dawning and the synergy with all of us and the connections between us and the elementals and how the light languages and the light codes and the videos of nature have brought us together. This synergy of the earth, the air, the fire, the water, and the synergy of what's happening to now, as Barbara mentioned earlier, about the synergy of the elements and how they're all speaking to us from every corner of the globe. The earth, the fire, the water, the ethers. And the ether is bringing us all together. The synergy of the chords of love. And so I find it fascinating how we can have and develop these connections with each other now in a way that we weren't even brave enough to do before. And now we're all coming out of our shells and we're shining our light and we're becoming less afraid to be ourselves. And I keep telling, I keep joking with Jody about manifestation that, it's easy to say all this stuff and talk this stuff, but it's another to actually apply this stuff and believe it in your heart and physically see it. And I know that we are helping each other manifest. And I keep swearing that I'm gonna help her manifest a new mic and a new device. Manifest a new device for Jody so that we can get her, so I can meet her face to face and see her and hear her voice and see her her video and and so I truly believe that if we and like Will said in his video today about water and it water holds every intention, and if we can truly believe that we can manifest with our thoughts and our desires and put it in a glass of water and say, I want a new computer, and drink it. But you gotta let go of how it gets to you, and to not, that we in general cannot put blocks in our way about, well, because then we right away go to, well, but I can't do that, I don't have this, so we have to stop doing all of that. The synergy is in the belief. The synergy is in the magic, the earth magic. It's in the magic of us and this and the earth and the languages and the synergy of all of this, you know. And so, yeah, and so I love it, this and the whole green man thing. So yeah, I just find it kind of funny because it reminded me of something from way back, actually the very first day that I met Jody. So yeah, so it's kind of funny how all this stuff comes full circle. So I have to laugh a little bit about that as well. So I know that message is about you too, about the synergy, and really believing that you too, Jody, can manifest just like the rest of us. And sometimes I feel that you don't believe that you can, but I know you can. And there's my other little pyramid that I got. And I don't know, I just feel like I had to, all of a sudden I was looking all night for this pyramid and it was covered up. And all of a sudden I just now saw it. So it's like, okay, there's this manifestation for you, this synergy of energy that you too can, you know, you can manifest just like the rest of us. But you need to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. And this message is for me and you and all of us. We've got to believe in ourselves. We have to believe that what we're hearing is true, what we know to be true. And your telepathy is so strong, Jody. It's way stronger than you give yourself credit for. So, and I know this because you know I know. Because you believe I know. So how's that? So I just wanted to thank you also for being here. And I'm so glad that, oh, okay, I'm looking forward to that. So you see, she even knew what Green Man was, and I didn't. So I think that's pretty funny. She's typing in the chat box here that we all can see. And so she's talking about the Green Man. So yes, definitely she's going to send me a picture of Green Man that she found the other day. So I'm looking forward to that. Love you, Will. Good night. Thank you so much for staying so late. And I know it's so late. I had no idea this was going to go this late, but then of course I never do. So I wanted to make sure I got to Liliana's card, and then if there was anybody else still left out there that wanted a card to be pulled from out there before we all go to sleep. Hi, Liliana. I love you. She's doing amazing work too. She's got a YouTube channel called Infinite Possibilities. She's got a website called Infinite Possibilities. She's doing amazing work all over the world. Another beautiful healer. And she's another person that I've been wanting to showcase on my channel. So there's going to be more videos out there of each of these beautiful beings, individually and collectively showcasing their work. And so please do go out there, look at her stuff, get on her newsletter. She's doing an amazing, great challenge right now, a 15-day challenge for everybody. And so she's sending out, so get on her mailing list and get that 15-day challenge in your inbox every day, because it's amazing, beautiful energy. So hi, Liliana. I'm so glad you got to be here.
Hi, Wendy. Thank you for doing this. Yeah, so
happy equinox.
Happy equinox to you. So I have this challenge where I am teaching people how to love themselves, the 15-day challenge to a healthier and happier life. So please get into my email list, and it has been fun. You know, I want to show people how to love themselves and love their life more than we normally do, actually. So
yay. And that's why we love you too, because you're part of this light. And I love that she's got the starry night behind her and Van Gogh. And What a beautiful picture to have behind your head, and beautiful, that swirling starry energy. And look at that swirling energy of her face and her aura. And your group's on Facebook too, isn't it, hon?
Oh, so what?
Is your group also on Facebook?
What? Yes, infinite possibilities. Everything is infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities world. You will find me.
Okay, infinite possibility. And I love that you actually got the name. And I wanted to say goodnight to Barbara too, because I know I think she said, did you say you wanted to, you had to turn in? So thank you so much, sweetheart, for staying up so late and being with us. And you really are a star. And, you know, go shine your light. And we're going to do lots more hangouts. I love you. Have a beautiful astral. And I will see you there. We'll have a cup of tea. So yes, infinite possibilities. She's doing such great work, and you have actually gone leaps and bounds even just since I met you. Talk about lighting a fire under somebody. Just from the last time we talked and all the stuff that you've done since, you far surpassed me even as far as my goals that I set for myself. And I'm still doing videos, and she's just like.
I don't know, Wendy. I am like I have been thinking about like doing like personal videos, but I am scared. And I watched you, you know, doing those videos, and I'm like, I want to do them. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm scared. I haven't been able to do it.
I know, and you now. She typed this question into my YouTube comments one day, and I will say, and you're not the only person who's asked me this, and there's been or has said this to me, and there's a few people who have said this. So what I will say to you is what I said was what the emissaries of the Light Collective said. Hey, Bree, no, I sent Bree a message just now. Sorry, Bree. I just wanted to know if you needed to go to bed or anything. I didn't want to keep you up if you needed to if you needed to go to sleep. I know she's watching the YouTube chat for me, so I didn't want to keep her up if she needed to go to bed. But what the Emissaries of the Light Collective told me the very day I made my very first video, and I was out in the forest and I was scared to death. And okay, let me tell you guys, I was still afraid at that point. I had just started a Google account. And so I really didn't know anything about YouTube. I knew nothing about technology. I knew nothing about YouTube videos or movies or uploading, or even I didn't even know how to really I didn't know anything about Facebook, nothing. So when my guides said to me that day about doing the light languages and doing videos, and we'd like, you know, are you ready? And do you want to? And I said to them, well, I'm too shy to be in front of the camera. I don't like that. And they were like, well, it's not about you. It's about the information. It's not, you're just the channel, baby. You know, you're just the vessel. They're like, for now, all we want you to do is take videos and talk. You don't need to be behind the camera. And if you go back to my very first videos, for the first several months, probably I think almost the first year, because my spouse didn't even know I had a YouTube channel for like a year. And so once I finally told him, then I put myself out there. But so what they told me was just start without being on camera. Just start talking. If you need to do it by yourself, do it alone first. Go out by yourself with your phone and just start talking and walking and talking. And the best part about technology is you don't have to post it. You can delete it. You don't have to upload it. And I think what you're going to find is what I found is it's not as horrible as you think it is. It's not as bad as you think it is. And once you listen to your own stuff and then you start listening, you realize very quickly it's really no different than it's no worse than anything else is doing, than anything else that anybody else is doing. And it's equally as important. That's the most important thing, it's equally as important. So if it's something that you really want to do, if you have a desire to do YouTube and be out there and making videos and doing Hangouts, it will come easier to you. You've got a big background in dealing with people,
Yeah.
and so I know that you're comfortably being around people, and especially with your background. So the suggestion I would say to everybody is start alone, start with your phone, start with audio. If you're, do you know how I was even too afraid to make a video of myself? And they reminded me, I don't have to post it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to post it, but you have to get comfortable if it's something you really want to do. I had a job in which I was hired, and then I actually had to do like role playing, and I actually quit the job because I couldn't do the role playing because I was too nervous. I couldn't do it. And so, and I just wasn't, and so I realized after when this whole thing started and I started being in Hangouts is the first step to being comfortable in it. Once you can become comfortable with seeing yourself in a Hangout on YouTube, it becomes much easier because then once you start to see yourself in a Hangout, you realize it's a safe place and you're with safe people and people of your own like mind. So that's the first part is what you're doing tonight is the first step. Being in Hangouts is the first step. A lot of people do Hangouts, and Bree and I have seen this many times, where a lot of people will even host Hangouts and never turn on their video. There's a lot of reasons for that. One is they don't want to be seen. Maybe they don't want family to see them. Maybe they haven't come out of the spiritual closet yet. Maybe there's a lot of reasons. Maybe they're just not comfortable, but a lot of people will just keep the camera off. And the reason for that too is because it's less distracting. Because when you're so worried about you and when you're nervous about you and what you're looking like out to the world, you're too, you're too conscientious about yourself, and then you lose the message. You're not comfortable. It's not relaxed. It's not going to flow. So to become comfortable with it, start just talking to yourself, start doing little I have, for example, say you have an idea that you'd like to share on your either your challenge or something like that. Try recording your idea first on your phone and then listen to your idea, and then and this is something Bree's been pushing me to do, which I haven't spent enough time on, is putting my light languages out there on SoundCloud. So you could actually, this is a way that you could get yourself out there. You could actually make audio clips or video clips without the camera on and post them, and you could actually read or, read your challenge out. So say on your Infinite Possibilities channel, you want to become more comfortable with being on camera, do a video, or do a video and just upload it. You don't even have to be on camera if you don't want to. You can walk around talking like I do, or you could literally start a Hangout like we do, but leave your video off and just talk.
Okay. All right.
Or make an audio file of your 15-day challenge every single day and post it on SoundCloud.
Okay. All right. Okay.
If you take the thing that you're already comfortable with and take your challenge, and since you just started it, 2 days, right?
3 days, yes.
So catch up. So catch up and then do 3 days worth and get yourself caught up and do 3 audios and put 3 audios out there on SoundCloud and or wherever you want, but I just use SoundCloud because that's what came to my mind, and put the audio out there as part of your challenge. And I think you will find that as you start talking, you will become a lot more comfortable with the video. you know what? I really believe most people are more worried about talking than they are being seen. I think they're more worried about, am I going to trip over my words? Am I not going to know what to say? Am I going to get stuck? Am I going to stammer? Am I going to, and you know, the best part about it is now that everybody's out there on YouTube, nobody's trying to be perfect anymore, because they realize we're all just human. We all have a message to share, and we have technical difficulties. We're human. We're learning. You know what I mean? And we have to go to the bathroom. Well, like me, it's like right now I'm like ready. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to put everybody on a YouTube hold so I can actually go to the washroom, you know? So,
you can do that if you need to, Wendy.
and that's why I was going to tell Bree, hey, you know, take over for a second, but
yeah, I can.
Because that's how this is, though. It's all about, we're human. We're living in a multi-dimensional world, but we're still 3D beings having a 3D experience and getting messages through oracle cards. So, you know, but yet it's still spirit channeling. So that would be my first suggestion to you, is try that. And I bet you, I guarantee you, I bet you won't even make it through your 15-day challenge before you're actually on a video on your YouTube channel. You're going to be like, screw this audio stuff. I'm just going to do a video. And you know what? Anybody out there, I am so willing to have you on my channel. And that's why I said, let me launch infinite possibilities on my channel to get you comfortable being behind the camera. But I'll bet you after you did a couple of audios, you could practice with your video, use your challenge, make a video of yourself talking about day 3 or day 4 challenge.
Okay, yes.
You don't want to post it, don't post it. If you don't want to, don't. If you're not comfortable, then don't post it. But at least make it. And then, you know, and I think you're going to find, and believe me, you're going to be like, oh my God, I hate the way I sound. Oh my God, I hate the way I look. Oh my God, is that what I look like on camera? I mean, believe me, you're going to say it all. You're going to do it all. You're going to think, oh, my hair, what should I, you know what? Don't think about any of that. You know what? If I cared about any of that anymore, believe me, I was the business persona, the heels, the makeup, the jewelry, for 30 years, 40 years, I played the part. And now if I worried about what I looked like, I would have never made a video, because I don't wear makeup anymore. I don't dress up. I don't care. And it's not that I don't care. It's that I realize we're all in this together. and none of us have to be, you know, we need to be able to get up in the morning and grab our cup of coffee like my friend Kristen Clark does, you know, and I do too, you know. I'm like, oh, here I am, it's my morning, and I'm just, oh, well, here I am. Because we realize it's not about, once you become telepathic, and once we are all becoming telepathic, we're becoming transparent.
Yes,
this doesn't mean anything.
It's about transparency.
None of this means anything.
I want to be natural. I don't want to be like scripted and follow this and follow
Do I? Me and Will joke about that all the time. Last night he started to hang out. We have a general idea of what we want to talk about, but look at this. Do you think I managed? My poor husband's probably wanting to go to bed. I didn't expect this to be till midnight, but you know, that's what I'm saying. It just evolves, and you won't need the thing is that you already don't pretend, and that's why you will be comfortable, because you already, we are all stripping away that stuff. That's why these celebrities are stripping away their celebrity, because they're just people. They had parents, they grew up in every country around the world, and one day they woke up and said, oh, I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to act, I want to be a healer, I want to help people, I want to be somebody who makes movies. And all of a sudden they become Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jackson, Prince. They become Robin Williams. They become Jim Carrey. They become a persona, and then we put these personas on a pedestal, and then we expect them to live up to it. And when they fall, we write gossip about them.
Yeah, push them down. Yes.
You push them down, but they're human. They were just little kids just like us. They grew up, they had parents, they made mistakes, they went to school. I'm just like everybody else out there on YouTube land. I'm just a person. I had parents, I had a life, I have brothers and sisters, I have kids, I have a husband, I have a life, I have traumas, I have tribulations, I have problems, I have stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just like everyone else. So when people see me on my videos, I don't want them to, there is no celebrity factor going on here. It's about being real. And
Yes,
that's why people love all of us, because we're real.
yes.
We're dealing with what's really going on. And you, with infinite possibilities, you you say, I want to help people love themselves. That's what I want to do. Me too. I want people to know you are amazing. You are fabulous. You are powerful. And you too can make a video channel. So that's what this is all about. And you doing what you're doing, you're not going to have any problem at all being in front of the camera, because you're not, because you're so already so authentic, because your heart is already in so what you do. Once you start talking, it all, believe me, every bit of the fear, like right now, you're live. Do you feel like you're live on YouTube right now, but do you feel any different? I don't. So I used to watch newscasters and I think, oh my God, how embarrassing. How could they sit and talk to a camera? And don't they feel weird? And aren't they embarrassed? And aren't they uncomfortable? And aren't they self-conscious? And now I get it. I think, how could they stare at a camera? But now when I look at the camera and I'm doing a light language video and I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking. I see the world out there. I see the people who write me comments. I feel them in my heart. What I look like and what I'm wearing, and it really becomes, it's not that I don't care, it's that it becomes irrelevant.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I will do that.
Love you, Jody. I'm so glad you came. Thank you for staying up so late. I know I got to go too. I know, and I still, I was going to ask Bree too. I was going to go to the washroom and see if anybody stayed up long enough.
Please go. That's fine. I can share some beautiful things. We've had a wonderful conversation going on YouTube. There's very happy people who just randomly came across.
So yes, but I did want to say, to just let Liliana know that, and you know, that I know has been an issue for you, and I know you're going to overcome it just because of what you're doing. And look, embracing the future. Embracing the future. Look at her walking through this door. Look.
Oh, wow. Open the door.
Look at that. I step into the future with an open heart.
Oh, wow.
There's your card.
Okay.
Look at how beautiful that is. I look at all those colors, and she's wearing a purple dress, and she's on a purple path going towards purple mountains and a purple sky.
That's my favorite color now.
Look at your Infinite Possibilities logo has every color in the rainbow. Look at this card.
Oh, wow. Yes.
You are Infinite Possibilities.
Yeah, I was told that.
You are the embodiment. You are the persona, the energy of infinite possibilities. You came tonight to tell us all that we are all filled with infinite possibilities. And you're going to go out there every day and tell everybody every day how they can become infinite possibilities. You just already walked through the door. It's done. You already did it. Tonight, it's done. The fear will be gone. When I was a teenager, I was part of the 12-step program because a member of my family was in AA, and so I was the Alateen, Al-Anon, and so I would speak with my the other person in my family who was in AA, and we would tell our stories, and I was petrified. I was so shy. But when I got up there and I started talking about what was so important to me and this message, all my fear completely vanished. And you know, it was funny. I didn't get nervous until I got nervous when I went up there. And then when I was done, I was I was afraid someone was going to come and talk to me and like hug me and they did, and it was so weird. And it was funny because I never was like a hug person, and now like you can't come near me without being hugged. So that's how I learned to be loved. I learned to accept love and be loved by going up there and facing my fear. And even though I was petrified when I stopped talking, because you know, when you walk, then reality sets in and you got to go, okay, now I got to come back and be me. You know, it's like the actor who does the movie and then's got to go do a talk show. You know, it's the same thing. You know, it's like you're not hidden behind your persona, your mask anymore. It's like you got to be your real you. You know, and so it's all going to evaporate for you. It already did. I can see it on your face.
I hope so.
But yeah, and like I said, the offer's still open. If you want to do your first, you know, actually, as soon as we get a chance, we'll hook up and we'll talk about your challenge and we'll get you on, and then we'll talk about your challenge online, and you'll be doing videos in no time.
Okay, thank you.
I already know you will. And you're so strong. You got to think about, you know, where you're at and what you do for a living and how strong you really are. And not many women can do what you do or do what you do for a living or have done what you've done for a living. So you're a lot stronger than you think you are and a lot bolder than you think you are. But you have a beautiful, gentle softness about you, but you also have this is what's important to me, and I believe that you need to love yourself, and I'm going to show you how to do that.
Yeah, after many like thoughts, and you know, I mean, discussions, me with me. I think that's what we need to do. My higher self, though.
I'm more than happy to do that. So yes, we will definitely do that. We will get together, and I've told everybody that. Anybody who's actually everybody practically who was in the room tonight, with the exception of the people who are already making videos, is let's do this together. You know, it's about embracing each other and helping each other lift the world, raise the world's consciousness. So absolutely. What a great card, embracing the future.
Oh yes.
I'm so excited. Oh my God. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you came. I'm glad you got in. I'm so glad I sent you the message and I was like, are you free tonight? So yes. And what an impromptu, what a beautiful gathering. I thank you so much. Hey Bree, I'm gonna
thank you.
I'm just gonna run for just a second. So are you gonna
go for it?
Gonna take off, Liliana?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, great. Hang on.
She's gonna hang out with us.
And
cool.
Let me know if there's anybody out there, Bree, who wants.
Yeah. I just kind of wanted
I'll
to
be right back.
Sure. Okay. Do your thing, Wendy. I just wanted to give a shout out to the amazing souls on YouTube, too, who are just randomly coming across this and just being like, oh, you know, it's just so beautiful because this is happening right now on a collective level. That we are the vibrations of the planet, the Schumann resonance, right? The Earth's natural frequency, her song that she sings, you know, she's like, I'm Earth. So it keeps raising in frequency. And the more that it's raising, all life on Earth has to raise with it. All consciousness, everything's energy, so all the energy has to raise with it. And that's what's happening right now. And it's so beautiful because I am seeing it from all places, from all people I'm speaking to. People are starting to question things more. They're starting to question things about themselves and about the world. And they're starting to really like dig deeper. And we've been like distracting ourselves and like programmed to just like ignore, you know, our truth, like our truth right here, not the truth that we've been told to believe in because the history books say so, or this politician says so, or, you know, this whoever, whatever. It's all about what we resonate with as a divine being, because there is no time. There's linear reality is an illusion, so that we can have these beautiful experiences, and all the multidimensionality stuff. You know, all past lives are happening right now. And just as Wendy was saying, we create our past from the present. We create everything from the present. Literally everything that you see, every little tiny microscopic particle, you are creating, because you are an infinite creator. We are all light. Everything is just light. We all come from the exact same spark of light, the same whisper into the nothingness that was, however you want to think of it as. It's so beautiful. And so there's all this separation, all this focus on separation. Separation is an illusion, just as duality is an illusion. There is no negative or positive. You know, on the higher levels, as we were kind of talking about, the higher realms, they do not see, if somebody, say, gets in a car accident, they don't go, oh no, oh my God, oh, that's so terrible. Oh, let's sit here and worry and fear, and oh, well, now I might get in a car accident. Okay, not saying, well, they probably have pretty cool cars up in like higher dimensions, but getting off topic here. Reminds me of the mantis beings. Oh my God, you guys can check out some of the stuff the mantis likes to say is about how they love cars. Again, off topic, but all these higher dimensional beings and everything, you know, they're not worrying and sitting in fear and judging themselves and judging other people, and it's unified. They're not focusing on separation. They're focusing on
quick,
unity.
so I don't have you on camera.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Bray.
Oh, no, it's okay. So I just wanted to bring that up about, like, you know, separation. There's so much focus right now in like the media, and, you know, about separation, and oh, this race is against this race, and this country is against this country, and this religion's against this religion, and oh, these people are fighting because these people said this, and you were bringing up the celebrities, Wendy, and that was a synchronicity for me too today, because I was standing in line at the grocery store. And I was staring at those horrible, what are they called, tabloids or whatever, you know, the magazines in the aisle when you're about to check out, which really, they really have to be there, like in your face. But anyway, you know, and it's all focused on all these celebrities, and they're like taking pictures of their personal lives, and oh, so-and-so is moving in with so-and-so. Here's a picture of their moving truck, and here's a picture of their children helping them move. Look, their children are helping them move. Wow, let's judge them, or celebrate, or judge and celebrate, and put their faces and them in bikinis and them living their personal lives all over. It's gotten so separated. Things have gotten so like out of whack, and I think as a collective consciousness, we're starting to be like, whoa, there are certain things that are just not freaking okay. Like, there's no reason to do any of that stuff. And I mean, I think we're going to see it on huge levels. I think that, you know, big time players, I'm talking like people that run the world, people that run the media, people that run huge corporations are awakening to. Everybody is awakening. And it's up to you to sit in that knowing that everybody's awakening, instead of judging how, oh, this person's asleep and this person is a base level of consciousness and this person isn't understanding this. No. It's about you focusing on yourself and knowing that everybody's awakening at their own pace and soul pace and ability and desires, and it's all beautiful, and it's just everything's coming together in such a beautiful way. I gotta say again, my day today was literally magical from the moment I woke up until just now, which is again pure magic. All of this is magic. The fact that we can even do this is magical, that we have these amazing devices that allow us to connect from all over the world. I mean, and this is just the beginning, and you know, we're talking about all this telepathy and all this stuff. That's the next part of the human evolution, right? Is telepathy. So and light language is a doorway into telepathy. And that's what's so cool. We're speaking from our soul. It's so exciting. I can ramble on forever and ever. So I took up the time for you, Wendy, and I said my piece. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Thank you so much.
There. Okay,
no, I had to mute myself.
Oh, that's okay. I just want to make sure you're
actually getting. Yeah, we're actually getting ready to wrap up here anyway, just because I've got a meeting tomorrow too that I've got to get to. But is there?
Well, there were two people on YouTube who I told them that they would.
I didn't want to wait. Yeah, so I didn't. They've been waiting usually, so I think that's so sweet. So
wonderful.
Do they have any? Do they have a preference?
They were requesting that you pick whatever feels best.
Oh, okay, great.
From Spirit.
Okay,
so the first guy's name is I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Jamarcus Robinson.
Okay.
And Jamarcus Robinson it seems like he randomly came across, and he is just so thrilled that he decided to be here. He's literally, I think he's floored. He might be on the floor right now. I don't really know. He's just typing in all these beautiful comments. If we had time, I would read some of his amazing comments that he has said tonight on the
I would love, and actually it's a shame that the YouTube comments from the live chat box goes away after the event is over, so that people can't see what they're saying later. But we'll go at least read the last one, or the one, just read one, so at least I could get a thank you so much.
Synchronicity after synchronicity. He's talking about how he was just researching telepathy yesterday, and how he's so excited, that we're doing this, that we're all here. He's like, oh my God, you people are doing this? This is so amazing. Like, look, this is so incredible. I mean, but if we think about it in that sort of perspective, some of us, we're in these circles for a while, and we start to almost get desensitized and comfortable with being around more consciousness expanded people. But that's not what it's about, because everybody's awakening at different levels, and we can meet them at their level and say, hey, so
Absolutely.
there's people who are coming out of the woodwork literally. So he said so many beautiful things. I don't even know, and he's not the only one. There's awesome well,
I'm excited. Thank you all for being. Thank you all. I just moved over to a different chair. It's a little brighter over here. Thank you all for watching, staying here. Of course, as always happens with me, I never expect these things to run as long as they do. And I don't know, I just so I wanted to thank everybody who joined, who participated, who watched, whether you're watching this now, whether you're watching it at another time. Thank you for seeing it out there. Thank you for following your joy and your highest excitement, and your guides, because you're here because your soul family's here. So I'm so glad you found us, and I hope you join more hangouts with us. And we're just normal people just waking up, and we're just as confused by it all as everyone else, but just navigating through it, and helping each other navigate through it. And those of us who are out there in the YouTube world and Facebook and Google and you name it, out there in the social media, helping people navigate through this. And but we're all in this together. It's happening to me just as much as it's happening to everyone else. So we just share our experiences to help us all get through it. So I was actually I had the two in my hand and I was like, okay, I was actually, I was like, which one? So I'm going to go with my first instinct for him, which was the earth magic, because I kind of do feel like, I don't know, I felt really like it was a magical kind of interaction and sort of a magical thing that he was here tonight. So I just, especially anybody who's been here the whole time, oh my gosh, you know, wow, it was like I thought it was going to be like an hour or two at the most. And of course, I know Bree laughs because my hangouts always tend to be like, I swear, I don't even know, I can't even imagine how people even watch them, because half the time they're like, you know, 2, 3, 4 hours. It's like they have to watch them in shifts, you know. So what can I say? I'm just a little ball of energy. I don't know. You know, this is so funny because, okay, he got mountain strength. And so here you are, my friend. You know, the mountain of strength. You are here because you have climbed your mountain and you have found, you're going to find your strength here in your family. And you're going to find that whatever mountains you have climbed, I keep hearing whatever mountains you have climbed, it's smooth sailing from here on in. Like your strength. Okay, I'm hearing your vulnerability is your strength. I'm hearing your kindness is your strength. Emotionality, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that the way they mean it. I'm hearing, I'm hearing soft things. Even though I've got mountain here, it's kind of interesting. I've got this strong mountain energy and these trees and this mist. It's kind of funny that it happens here every morning. The mist rises up the hollows up into the mountains, and so it happens here every day. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of hard to see right now in the light because I had to move to a different room, but but I'm hearing this like mountain strength, but there's this softness, there's this gentleness, there's this flow, there's this serenity. There's a I just keep hearing there's a strength in softness, a strength in your vulnerability, a strength in your knowing. But it's a quiet strength, like you know how a mountain is just like a mountain. You look at a mountain and it's just like, oh, you know, it's so enormous and so insurmountable looking, and yet a mountain is still and it's quiet. It doesn't even need to say, I'm a mountain, I'm strong. It just is a strong mountain. And so I'm getting that message for you. And I'm loving these colors, even though it's really funky lighting in here. I'm really loving the colors of the sky. There's a lot of like these purples and blues, and there's but then there's this rocky, I mean, it's rocks and stones, but I'm feeling this strength in and then there's this stream of water. It seems like a lot of these cards have that. There's a stream of water and then the trees coming up, and then the steam rising up, and there's just something about this this softness, this flow, a quiet strength. And so I'm listening to see if there's anything else that wanted to come through. Let's see if there's anything that's mountain. Anything else that like needs to be said. Okay, this is exactly the message I got. Now, and this deck is actually all my decks are relatively new to me. I've not pulled every card from every deck by any means. And so I just found that it was interesting that what I was feeling about this is, and this person was what this card was saying. And the massiveness of the mountain in this image bearing the blankets of snow as spectacular hues from the sun reflect from its body evokes a sense of impenetrable and immovable strength and stature. A mountain's quiet, resolute immensity leaves us in awe and inspires us to reach for greater heights. Yet it can also pose challenges. The firm base of the mountain evolves to the narrowest crest in its attempt to reach the sky. More daring individuals become enamored by the peak, and we see it as something to conquer, although it can never truly be conquered. When the mountain feels threatened in some way, it simply shrugs its shoulders. The strength exhibited can wreak havoc for all beings caught on its skin. It makes no sense to deny the strength you have at the cost of allowing yourself to be reactive and subject to external influences far beyond what is healthy for you. Imagine yourself as a mountain of strength, solidly grounded in the earth, your head held high as if you were touching the sky. Do so without straining, just as the mountain itself does not strain. The current situation calls for you to be vigilant, but not to the point of fear or paranoia. Oops. Be that rock of strength that you are capable of becoming. The solidness of your resolve will be clearly communicated when you model yourself after the towering immensity of a mountain, impenetrable and inscrutable. Standing steady like a rock is what is called for at this time. So I do hope that that message resonates with you. I do feel this immense, I feel this a soft strength. I can't describe it. I don't think any better than that. I just feel this, there's this immense strength within you, but there's this softness, this kindness, this gentleness that is like the basis of the strength there. So, and the beautiful colors, again, lots of purples tonight, you guys, lots of gorgeous, again, these colors are weird to see, but lots of beautiful blues, purples, a lot of high dimensional energy tonight. Was there any questions or any comments on that? Does that resonate?
Oh, he's like, oh my God, this is so magical. People would describe me that way. But I've been focused on strength and my silence. I used to talk a lot about nothing, ego, arrogance, but now I'm a lot quieter and learning vulnerability, openness, and confidence, and strength in myself. He said,
oh my gosh,
my family needs me to be this. This resonates so much. And he's been, like I said, this whole time just saying such beautiful things. He's talking about, he's like, wow, it's so beautiful to hear that other people have the insecurities that I have. You know, I really think that I can step out of being a perfectionist, and I think that, you know, that we can.
You came to the right place, my friend.
Well, me and Wendy.
I'm like,
right.
I'm a perfectionist beyond perfection, and
we can be, but I was saying, it's like, all things are already perfect, right? So
exactly.
we don't need to try to fix what's already perfect.
I've learned that
I mean,
it's already perfect.
There's a betterment about, and that's a part of the human experience.
Always.
How wonderful that we are in these bodies on this sort of a planet, in this sort of a realm, in this sort of a way that we get to constantly be bettering ourselves. We are very lucky in that way, because this is a very unique experience that this doesn't happen all over the place.
Just like we were talking tonight, though, we forget, we personify people. We pedestalize them. We put them on mountains, and even our families do that to us. My families, I mean, they do it to me. They, but we're all mountains, and we're all vulnerable. And we are all going through this together, and none of us, well, okay, let me back up. all of us were born amazing. None of us were born remembering we were amazing. And then we spend our lives fighting to be okay, we have everybody telling us how amazing we can be and need to be, but at the same time, by our parents, teachers, whomever, at the same time, they're telling us all the things that we can't do, shouldn't feel, what people might say, what people might think, how you should look, how you should dress. You're going to be judged. We're taught the opposite of everything that we were born to know about ourselves. We were born knowing we were amazing. Kids know they're amazing. They're taught that they're not amazing, but yet you teach them you're not amazing, but then you tell them you need to believe you're amazing. What are we doing? What are we telling these kids? You know? So, yes, we all have these same vulnerabilities, and yet we have these same strengths. And this is what me and Bree and Liliana and Barbara and Alicia and everybody else out there who's, and Will, I mean, everybody who's here tonight, everybody who's watching, everybody who's out there doing this, we're all just people doing the same thing. It's just we're following our excitement and we're moving through our fears and we're showing each other, I had the same fears. I did it. You can too. And you would never know it by having a 5-hour hangout that I was afraid to talk to people. People be like, oh no, yeah. So absolutely. And again, you know, here, and now I know for sure we've got another member of the family, don't we? I already know it. I feel it. I can feel it. I already know.
Oh, me too.
When people come in and they go, I found my family. I found my home. I mean, and these are the people that end up in our chat boxes. They end up in our day-to-day da-da-da-das. They end up in all of our, you know, in our day-to-day interactions. This is not a secret club, people. This is not a secret club. It's not it's a community.
It's a community which is expanding to the collective.
Yes.
I mean, we are a microcosm of the macrocosm as individuals and as a community and as a whole collective and as the planetary solar system. Oh, wow. Wendy just left. She must have gotten, her internet must have suddenly shut down. So we can wait a second here for her to come back. But I mean, this is exactly all the stuff we're talking about. You know, we're finding what we resonate with in our heart the most, what feels the best. And this is something that I have intentionally, but not consciously, how do I word this? I've struggled with the feeling things to be right or wrong for me, to be yes or no for me, to be good or bad for me. And so I've intentionally on a higher level put myself through some very odd situations to show me, whoa, when you go over there and do that, you feel like you're gonna throw up, or you feel like there's just something icky growing inside of you. Whereas if you go over there and do that, that's like light and airy and jumpy, and you just like want to sing and dance, and it's a very exciting feeling. And that's how you know you're literally tapping into these feelings. I'm learning finally. These feelings are our higher selves. Higher selves. It's all the same thing. Speaking to us. Energetically sending us a green light or a red light. You know, it's like, which way do you want to go? Do you want to continue to go down the path that makes you feel horrible, that makes you just, I mean, the self-deprecation and the self-hate and the judgment and the, you know, just gossiping and just all of that, the worry and anxiety and depression and all, and it's all important. I'm not trying to like say that it's not something that we should go through because we have to go through it to understand. But what I'm saying is, after having experienced that, we know, okay, well, that doesn't really feel the best. You know, like if I could pick on a scale of 1 to 10, how does it feel to be horribly anxious to the point where you're having a panic attack and you want to, you know, jump off a cliff? Well, you know, doesn't really feel too good. How does it feel to shine your own true radiant soul light and be yourself and speak from your heart and speak from your true essence and do the things that you want to do the things that light you up, do the things in your life that make you feel fulfilled, that make you feel happy, that make you feel like you're giving back, that you're being of service, that you're contributing positively to the collective. You know, it's all about resonation. And so that's been a huge thing for me, is actually learning that it is literally about feeling. I guess I kind of it's not that I was taking it for granted as much as I was, I don't know, I was just not appreciating. I thought it was too easy. That's what it comes down to. I was like, nope, too simple. There's no way it can literally just be this feeling in my body, but it is. It's true. So I just wanted to give you guys all a heads up. I just got a message from Wendy, and I think that oh, she has been cut off because of her internet data usage, because she's been doing this for like 4 or 5 hours or however long, lost track of time. So she wants to apologize to everybody so much. I'm going to keep this going and I'll keep rambling until this shuts off, but I think it's like a 15-minute window or something. If the admin doesn't come back in, then the Hangout gets shut down. So I truly apologize to Brandy, and we had another person who had joined us. Ramiro was wanting a card pulled. So good news is this is definitely not the last time we're doing this. We're having events all over the place now because, as you can tell, it's go time. That was the whole message for tonight, is it's go time. Shine your own light, do your own thing. Don't worry about the fears. You have to acknowledge them and love them and step into them and be like, this is awesome. Feeling this human fear is so great. I have this experience.